I did not agree to this.
Good evening, YouTube world. Welcome to episode 35 of the Arm Wrestling Buzz. I'd like to welcome today's special guest. We got Ryan Bowen in the house, and we also got the Arm Wrestling Buzz crew. We got Tom Stubbleblind, and we got Artem filling in right now. We're waiting for a couple other people that'll be joining us, but we're going to kick it off right now. So welcome, Ryan. How are you tonight, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Thanks for having us on. Hey, it's been a while since I've done one of these sorts of things. So yeah, it's good. Good crew.
Hell yeah, man. So Tom, Artem, how's it going? I know Tom,
Going
we
good.
were just together over in AZ, had a great weekend over Greg Brown's production and had some great super matches that we'll be talking about. We also got Greg Brown and Freddie Sanchez going to be popping in shortly. And we got the man Artem in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing today?
I want to officially say that I even watched almost full Greg Brown's TV stream, and I didn't even watch King of the Table. So that speaks a lot of volume right there, guys. So
Hell yeah.
y'all did a great job.
Thank
So
you,
yeah,
thank you. And I want to
then
make mention, I got my new shirt on. I want to show everybody Puerto Rican Arm Wrestling League supporting
Hey.
Manolo Sanchez and Posio TV. Guys, get
and I
over
didn't
there.
even watch King
Make
of the
make
Table.
sure to
So that
order one of your jerseys for them. And they got some great events coming up. I think their next big one, their first one to kick off is, I believe, January 27th. And every 3 months or so, they said they're going to be throwing big events together over in Puerto Rico, putting them on the map with the arm wrestling world. So great things from Manolo. So get over to Pulsio TV and show your support for sure. Also, want to shout out New York Vectors Arm Wrestling Club. Really appreciate everything you guys been doing. Shout out to Robbie Polson, also to Renee Polson Photography. If you guys have any photography needs, I'll be linking in the description. A way for you to get in touch with Renee. She does great work. Definitely check her out. So, guys, I want to talk about this past weekend's great events. We know we just had King of Table 9. So I want to first start off and just kind of get everybody's thoughts of how it went and what's the one standout match that stood out to you. Let's start off with you, Ryan.
Yeah, well, I watched it. I was in the middle of the night. I was in the hotel. I have to straight away. I have to say, Lars Rabakhin's match was pretty damn badass. It's cool seeing him back. I've been buddies with Lars for a while, so it's awesome seeing him just back on the stage and pulling out a pretty impressive victory. But I mean, the main event, the Devin Larratt Georgi Svetkov story, that's super interesting because Devin's just seemingly achieved a level of form in the last sort of 12 months that has making us all believe that he can beat Levan again. And that was a great performance again from Devin, looking dominant. Yeah, but the whole card was good. I enjoyed the women's matches as well. That was an impressive performance. Yeah, all around it was pretty solid.
Want to welcome. We got Freddie Sanchez and Israel Chavez just stepped in.
What's
They're
up, guys?
representing Arm Wrestling Buzz Crew. What's up, fellas? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. I had a great weekend whooping Tom's ass. Pop, pop, pop.
I
How's
love it,
that butt
brother.
feel, bro?
Freddie, we're gonna get into that right now. We're gonna start off with King of Table. We're gonna get a bunch of other people, and we want to get Greg Brown in here before we start getting into
I
that
just had to. I
greatness.
just had to.
I know you did, bro. I know you did. You've been waiting for that one. So, oh,
Rip
and
it, baby, rip it.
Mr. Mexico has just stepped in the room. Greg Brown, what's up, Greg? How are you today, bro?
Good, man. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man. So we're kicking it off. We're getting into the King of Table first, and then we're gonna get into our great event and talk about that. But we want to just first find out what was the one match at King of Table 9 that stood out for you.
I got to say, Kalnichenko breaking his finger in the first round and then continuing to win, like that is crazy.
I didn't know he broke his finger. How did that happen?
I don't know exactly, but in the post match interview, he said he broke his finger in the first round. He was describing it the day after too.
Wow, that's a warrior right there, man. That
Yeah,
is that is
Larry Wheels was also a warrior that night too, because it kind of looked like his bicep like kind of got injured a little bit in that round one. He still pulled all the rounds, so I mean that was pretty impressive too. It just sucked that it wasn't that close of a match like we wanted it to be, but round one was a good round for sure.
Do we have confirmation that he got hurt during that round one?
Well, in
That
the post match interview, you said it was like a scar tissue, something like it didn't sound like it was like a serious acute injury or anything.
Okay. And I want to ask Artem this, man. What did you think? Were you surprised with the Larry Wheels versus Leonidas match?
Yeah, man, I just told you before this that I didn't watch a goddamn thing. I watched Greg
Oh,
Brown
man.
TV all that fucking day. I watched half of the Greg Brown TV
he
thing.
was whooping everybody in Florida.
And I saw some clips of the thing. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad because I know I might probably catch a lot of heat for that, but like I don't know how I want to really support the cards that in my opinion playing terrible or like we're not really looking for them. You know what I mean? Like I'm coming from the time where like, dude, we were begging for Devon and Dennis to happen and shit. Everybody will spend all the money, but now like that whole card, in my opinion, might as well never happen. Like Vitaly and Hermes, it's a significant match, and Devon and Georgie, kind of sort of, but everything else might as well never have those matches, in my opinion. So
Let me ask you, Artem, was it that they overpriced it, or was there no price that you could put on it that would get interest for you?
I'll say rather it's you cannot put the price on it because I would pay still if I'm super bored and I'm just dying that Saturday off because I've done that before. Like I didn't pay for the last one. I'm like, fuck, it's raining day. Like we stuck at the Airbnb. Like fuck, I guess there's nothing else to do. But I don't feel that hot of like just buying like any one of them. You know what I mean? But as you said, it's not really about the price. It's just like as I've said, like the matches are like they might as well not happen. I mean, like as I like what Tom said. Arif and Sergey was a good matchup, but it's also a random matchup as well. Like I'm not. That's why I like what we're Engen is doing because I kind of had the influence of like creating the rankings. So now the matches are going to happen 24. There's a ranking. There's a reason why two dudes pulling and girls, but core sports kind of been knowing for like it just kind of random matches that can happen. Like so, yeah. I don't know. I'm a little bit
They've
weird than that.
unified the belts, though, haven't they? They've unified the belts, so you can win a core sports world title or whatever it is.
Well, they said that main match with Devin was for the world title, so I'm assuming they would go together.
He came out with his East versus West belt. He actually had it on him.
Yeah, I believe they linked everything together.
Yeah. Well, on the Larry front, I got to say I was a little bit disappointed in Larry. I think that like Leonidas was the stronger man. That was clear, but it just looked like Larry did the same thing 4 times in a row to me. And I just wanted some subtle variation, just a little bit of a direction change off the initiation or something, bit of a trap, bit of a dead space. I don't think he hasn't clicked into that yet at the competitive level. He can do it on the practice table. He looks way better on the practice table to me than he did in that match. I was a little bit disappointed.
What do you think's not translating over? Is it the training that he's still doing bodybuilding and trying to supplement with arm wrestling, or is it more of a competition thing?
I think he's just still stuck in the curse of being strong. When you start in the sport, if you have all of this horsepower, you tend to fall back into the groove. When you panic, you go back to what is your default, and his default is just to be strong. His default's not to take his opponent into where they're weak or to create a problem for them in a technical sense. And like I'm sure Adam's heard Travis say it a million times, you got to always arm wrestle like you're the weaker man, and you gotta be more than just a strong dude. And I think Larry, it's hard for people who start super strong, and Larry looked like he was just trying to be too strong, and he didn't change anything in any of the rounds.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I understand what you're saying. You know, for a weaker guy, you know, like Artem's a great example. And I'm not trying to joke or anything, but I'm just saying, man, like when he came into the sport, you know, he was a lot smaller than everybody, and he had to figure out ways to really become a good arm wrestler. Now he's got
it is. I get started with like no power, which made me more
it's technical. An advantage,
yeah, for sure. It is a proper, yeah.
And now you add all that power and size that you just put on with all that technique, bro. You are, you know, elite level now. And
100% the best way to get. If you look at the best guys in the world, Hermes is a good example. Even Levan was once upon a time under 100 kilos. It's be a young or a lightweight arm wrestler. Learn all your technique, get all of your counters and instincts sharpened up, and then put on a massive amount of strength. If you turn up,
like for me, I was never the small guy. I was always like 200 pounds, 220, but competing with guys that are way bigger than me. Even like right now, I'm 242 and I compete with guys that are 242, 6'4", like super leaned out. You know what I mean? So I can't rely on being stronger than anybody on the table that's really good. I have to
Yeah.
find the lanes and beat people to the punch. So I completely understand like that conversation because I've never been the stronger or bigger guy. I've just been the quicker and more technical guy on the table, and it works sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to ask Israel, you've been quiet today, brother. What did you get to see King of Table 9?
Yeah, it did, man. A lot of good matches. There was that Kalnichenko match when he hurt his finger. That was crazy that he could just keep pulling. I don't know how these guys do it after a bad injury like that.
What was your favorite match out of everything?
Oh man, I mean, Georgie versus Devin was a great match, but I was real surprised to see Engen's protege just crushing it. That was good to see.
Yeah. The only other thing that I had a problem with was I think it was just going too slow. I think they got to figure a way to speed things up because I just remember we were hitting the fourth match and I looked and we were over 3 hours, four matches in. And I just, it was getting a little, I was getting a little
You
antsy.
want to try doing that when it's 2 a.m. that you started watching. I think it started at 3:30 a.m. for me. I was battling. I missed the Kalnichenko match because I fell asleep.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it got to be a little too drawn out. And the one thing I do have a problem with is I think when, it's a 4-0 and I think they continually going and we go all the round. I think that was just way too
Get rid of
long
that.
and too drawn out.
Unless it's a title match.
Yeah. Best of 7. Just call it best of 7.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
It's super rare for that 5th and 6th round to mean anything.
But look at Hermes and Levon though, because all that speculation after the last two in that match. So I think maybe for a title match they should keep it in.
Yeah, a match like that. If it's like the main event match, I completely understand it. We want to see, everything. But I don't know about all the matches that do that. I think it was a little too drawn out, and I think it was a little rough on the athletes as well, So that's the only thing I would want
Do
to
you
change.
guys do you guys think that they should go more rounds if somebody's already won 4?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah,
unless it's the title match, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It's not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
feeling about.
Yeah.
So I want to move on now. We had another great event that went on that day, and that was over in Phoenix, Arizona. And we got the man himself that put it all together, Greg Brown Productions. What up, Greg? So
What's going on, baby?
I want to hear from your point of view. How did everything go for your event this past weekend?
For the first time ever, it was a success, man. I just wanted some badass matches. I wanted nothing negative, no hiccups. So it was pretty smooth. I mean, obviously, there's a million things that I could improve for next time, and I'm just appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for coming out.
I want to say one thing, brother. You threw an amazing event. Everything was so smooth. The timing, you started off the exact second you were supposed to. You told us exactly it was going to be 2 hours. You kept it right in the time frame and everything. Everything was run right, man. I really like it. And the one thing that I got to say, bro, that really stood out to me was you and Freddie got some skills with commentary, bro. I want to see a lot more of you guys commentating, man. That energy, it was just amazing. You brought the whole energy in the whole place. The whole room was vibing off of you guys, and it was definitely a lot of fun. I'd love to see like East versus West and King of Table having a crowd like you had, bro. I mean, it changed the whole atmosphere in there. So what like where did you learn how to commentate like that, bro? That was hilarious with the John Cena and putting in the John Cena theme music.
The soundboards were
the soundboards were dope.
The soundboard. Well, I've been a gamer all my life, so I remember soundboards in Halo 2, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger is like on the chat. I'm like, wait, what? And then you got Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Triple kill. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what is that? So I was introduced to soundboards early. I never messed with them when I was when I was younger though, but I knew that they were out there. So when this whole Twitch stream thing started, you got Ninja out here making $20 million a month streaming on Twitch playing Fortnite. I was like, okay, well, there's something to this. But I've always been hyperactive. I have ADHD. I'm really revved up all the time. My mind's always going and shit. When I take Adderall, it actually kills my imagination. I can't fucking think of anything. But when I don't take Adderall, it's like if I'm fucking high in the studio or something, just fucking putting out bars. I got all these ideas. So I've always been hyperactive. People always told me, hey, you're funny, you need to do something with that. So when I was younger, I got into stand-up comedy and acting. I've done a few movies. I did acting classes, dancing classes, singing classes, fucking whatever you could think of, I've done it. And I've just built into this thing. I've always loved cartoons, and I've drawn a lot of inspiration from cartoons, from like Robin Williams. I've seen everything that can't even think of his name. The guy that does the mask.
I'm gonna reel you back
Carrey,
in here.
baby.
We're losing you here over here. We're losing you. Bring it back to the event, brother.
Well, you asked me how I learned. You asked me how I learned.
I hear
I
you,
learned.
man.
I just
It was
I
a
grew
great
up like
event.
a fucking Jim Carrey, baby. Let's go.
I think people had a lot of fun on the live for sure.
For real.
Like,
Greg,
people stuck around.
Greg, I want to know, what was your favorite match of the night?
Shit, man. Well, I was very heavily emotionally invested into Eric. That shit made me sad when he lost, honestly.
Bro,
But
that was an amazing match, though, man. That was back and forth. I want to bring that up to Artem. Did you get to see the Ryan Ballesteros versus Eric Wolf match?
I watched like only one, like first to second of it, and then I feel like there was a lot of setup things, right? But Ryan did beat him, right?
Yeah,
That was,
yeah. Ryan was in
okay.
some bad positions and came back from it.
Okay. I guess I missed all of that, but
Ryan
yeah,
was like,
okay. I watched for
Yeah.
sure. I watched Manolo and Luke, and then I was scrolling everything until then too, so I was kind of looking at every single one of them. So, but like I watched like one round of Ryan, but man, I mean Ryan is a crazy dude. Like
He's a beast,
was
bro.
a gangster.
other positions, like I pulled it, Ryan. Oh, where's my biggest trophy where I beat Ryan? It's okay, but oh no, it's right here.
Nice. Let's
I
see
have
it.
personally pulled all of this 220 dudes in Arizona and Washington. So yeah, Ryan is a good dude.
Oh yeah. We got a super chat in from Steve West Armwrestling for $4.99. Greg Brown killed that shit, baby. Thank you to all the competitors and sponsors that came through. Paul and Freddie, great as I think WS. Yeah. Thank you for
Steve,
that,
shout
Steve.
out-
Appreciate
shout
that,
out,
brother.
Steve.
Steve had a great match as well. Steve's the man. He is really good at commentary as well. He was keeping the crowd in person going and did a really, really good job. I want to bring up the Freddie and Tom match, man, because there was some fireworks going on.
I did watch that.
So they were supposed to go both arms. So I think it was like a day or two before we found out that Tom wasn't going to be able to pull right arm, and that just set a fire, bro. That Freddie was not hearing it, and I thought it was kind of funny when next thing I know, Freddie's grabbing the mic and calling him out on stage about it, man. And it got a little heated up there and all. So what happened, guys? Like, what was the whole, outcome of that? What's going to happen in the future with the right arm? Because we got to see the left, but we didn't get to see the right arm.
Duck him, Freddie.
Well-
Don't ever give him a match ever again.
He doesn't even deserve my right hand, because my right hand is way better than my left, and his left is better than his right, and I whooped him around lefty. So it'll be even worse right-handed. But if he wants to smoke, he can get it. He can put up money for it. I'll snatch his money again. It's fine. I'll have fun doing it. It was a great matchup for sure. Probably one of the best matchups I've been a part of. The heat leading up to the match was freaking amazing. Everybody was invested in it. But yeah, man, I was so pissed when he told me that he couldn't pull right-handed, because I had been putting like all my marbles into the right hand. Like I was like, okay, I might lose left, but I can beat him right. Like I knew for sure. I was like, if there's one arm I'm gonna win is right-handed. And then he tells me he can't pull right because he got injured rehabbing it like 4 or 5 days ago. I'm like, the fuck is that? Amateur hour? Like who does that? Like either you're scared or like you're just a bozo. Like what's going on, bro? You're kidding me. And so he's like, nah, bro. I just don't feel comfortable. Don't want to risk the injury. So I said, all right, fine. I said, fine. And so now I'm like, shit. Now I have to win with my bad arm. But I just like all my energy into my left arm. And let me tell you something. He got me round one. I was pretty scared. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this dude has some power in that hand and wrist. But I definitely felt that my hit was wrong. Like I hit backwards with him and he took everything from me. So I said, okay, well, I gotta hit forward. And I went forward and it went through like a hot knife through butter. And I was like, that's it? Like, what the heck? And so I changed up the press 3 times. Like if you see it, it's not the same press. It's like a different press every time. And I just wanted to kind of keep him guessing. Like he knew I was gonna press him, but he couldn't figure out what to do with it. And I was just happy that
I just didn't want a freaking 15-minute setup for each round, to be honest.
Well, that's the problem is,
bro, it looked like you guys were already fighting before that shit even started.
By the time the ready go happened, like my arm was entirely gassed. I knew I was like, fuck, it's like,
I knew that. And like in the setup, I was kind of relaxing. Like you could see me kind of relaxing and I could
No, but you were carving your shoulder and you weren't really relaxing. You were You were applying side pressure and getting in on my pronator. That's why my pronator was so gassed. I was like turned under right as ready to go.
And I blame the ref.
Guys, guys, listening to this shit, it sounds like a bunch of weak excuses. Hey, did I make excuses when I got fucking whopped? No. He was carving, I was cheating, and I still lost. I fucking injected Fred right into my neck.
The truth of it is, the man that
fair and square. I whooped Tom. There's no excuse.
Look,
he got the win.
The truth of it is, whoever can carve more is stronger. At the end of the day, if you can carve more than your opponent, it's not the ref's fault. It's the fact that you're stronger. That you can relax there because every time the weaker guy tries to take it off you, you just up your ante a little bit and he can't take it off you again. So you get to hold that middle ground. So Freddie was obviously strong. I didn't get to see the match, but curious, how long have you two been pulling? Like how many years you guys got under your belt, Tom and Freddie?
I got 10 years.
I got like 3.5 years.
There you go. Yeah. 10, I'm at 10, Adam. You're at 10, 11? Something like that?
We all started around the same time. Ryan, by the way, huge fan, bro. I don't know if I've ever talked to you before online, but I'm a huge fan, bro. I remember seeing you when you were a skinny little twig on YouTube. I'm like, who is this Australian guy? Like thinking he's gonna make a career off arm wrestling, and then look at you now.
Yeah, it's been good fun. But yeah, I feel like Tom, if you're 3.5 years in, and I remember like because I think there's a solid 3 components to arm wrestling. You need technique, you need muscular strength, and then you need conditioning. And there's no way you just can't fast forward the conditioning. It's impossible. And that's been a huge factor. And I remember at about the 4-year mark, I felt like I broke into a new chapter of conditioning. But now I feel like I'm doing that again now at the 10-year mark, 11-year mark. I'm like, oh man, my conditioning, it feels like it's gone to another level. So it's hard to take center off someone that's been 11 years in when you've only been 3.5 years in. It's
the problem is also, and Freddie knew this, is that I injured my elbow about 5-6 months ago. So basically since then, I haven't had the hook or the inside pressure. He knew that. And even in my match against Artem, I was hesitant to apply side pressure, any type of inner elbow pressure, because the injury was still recovering. So he kind of executed exactly on the game plan, beat me, in my weakest lane, basically.
I got to read one of the comments in the chat because it pertains to you, Tom. It's from Ron Flanick. And he says, Tom, what happened to the hurt right arm? Seeing the after pull with you against the mighty Serbian Hammer made me doubt your right arm being really hurt. That's an interesting comment.
Yeah, I was just slow pulling.
Right, I was slow pulling. Serbian Hammer.
He was after pulling everybody. He was whooping everybody.
With the right arm?
In his defense.
Yeah,
I was literally slow pulling. I was not even hitting on anyone.
Shame on you. That's a little shady right there. I don't know, man.
He felt
what do you guys think of that?
And I'm pretty weak.
Artem and Ryan, what are your thoughts on that, man? He pulls out of the right-hand match, says he's hurt, but then he's seen on the after pull dominating everybody.
The day before, Thursday night at 11 p.m.
I don't know the backstories and all that sort of much, but I think that there's a certain time frame where like 2 weeks out from an event, if it's all been building up for ages, it's got to be a real serious injury to pull out. Like,
Yep.
I'll pull fucked up if I'm
It
I'll
was a beautiful
pull-
phone call on Thursday night, bro. Freddie's
couldn't
pacing
believe it.
Freddie's pacing through my living room. I talked to Tom on the phone, and then I was like, I'll tell him. You know, it'd be easier if I do.
I've had people cost me a lot of money when they pull out within the 2 weeks. Chance, sure.
We're talking
in this case.
yeah, that one was bad. But we're talking this one was a day before weigh-ins that I found out, like at night, like at 11 p.m. So I thought he was kidding, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm just happy that I was able to whoop him left.
Well, so okay, hold on. So, hey, question. So Tom didn't reach out to you to tell you, like, yo, bro, my right's fucked up. You have to hear it.
No,
I reached out to Greg, and
arrived.
then
Hold on.
Why didn't you reach out to Greg and not Freddie?
well,
He didn't want to hear the shit.
Because he's 3 years in.
It is
He's
a
a
little
young.
disrespectful 'cause
He's
you're
a little
pulling
young
Freddie.
lad. He's a little young lad. Eh?
Watch, look.
All right, it's all right, Tom. We all fuck up.
I
Here's the
literally
thing,
arrived
hey,
to Greg Brown's house, and as soon as I arrived to Greg
Robert
Brown's house,
K.
it's a 4.5-hour drive. As soon as I get there, Greg's like, "Hey, Tom called me 10 minutes ago. He said he's backing out of the match." I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm already here." I'm like, "What are you talking?"
Hey guys, I gotta read a couple of super chats. So I've been missing them.
I'll go crazy.
We got Edna Gabrielle Santiago for $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And then we got
That's
another
wifey.
one.
That's wifey in there.
Oh, wifey, what up? Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, the
She
tacos.
makes the best tacos ever. And like I vouch for
salsa.
that. They were amazing. Then we got another one from Robert Sia for $9.99. Greg, I love you, bro. Drive up from the Dirty T and did not disappoint. When's the next show, baby? Freddie Gang. Hell yeah.
What
Thank you
up,
for that.
Roberto? Appreciate that, big dog. Hell yeah, dog. And you know what? Give me a minute here, Paul. There are so many people chiming in. I just want to say a todos que están aquí, gracias pa tu apoyo. Neta Ways, Mexicali Arm Wrestling. You guys are a big support. Pulso TV, I want to say thank
Viva la raza, baby. I think he cut out right there, but I'll take over.
We lost
Toda
you,
la
Greg.
raza que estaba con nosotros, Puerto Rico, México, los amamos, eh. Gracias por el apoyo.
Yeah,
For the
yeah,
Mexican
man.
people, baby. And even Puerto Rico, they were in there, man, because Manolo, Pulso TV, his match was really close. I liked that one too.
That was a great match for sure.
Yeah, Manolo pulled good. Yeah.
Yeah, he found something in the strap, but he just couldn't slip at the very end. That was just a little minor mistake. But shout out to Luke for, picking up on that and not letting him slip and making him elbow foul off the back. I mean, it happens.
I want to
So
shout out
Freddie.
to I want to shout out to Ryan Grandin too, man. I was proud of him. He put in the work. He showed me that he really tried, and he felt amazing on the table. So I really encourage. I want to see him get another match. I want to see him pulling somebody else and stick with it and keep grinding and all. So if you're listening, Grandin, Twinkie boy, keep it grooving, man. Want to see another match with you for sure, bro. And when Greg gets back, I'm really interested to see what Greg's got planned next. Greg's got some great ideas and all, and definitely love to be part of that.
Yeah, we definitely gotta run it back. Israel, were you gonna ask me a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, man. It seems that since you beat Tom now with the left hand, you're not even interested in a right hand match at all, huh?
I mean, not really. I'm not interested in it, but you know what? I still feel like it's unfinished business.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
still saw some people saying like, "Oh, well, Tom maybe had a chance. Well, if they would have pulled right-handed," I'm like, "Hey, man, he was even too scared to step up on the table with it. Not worth my time." But if he wants to smoke,
yeah, we talked to each other. We're gonna
if
make that right
people
happen
want
at some
it,
point.
we'll get
We'll
it.
figure it out.
What?
But it's gonna happen either way. The right match. I mean, it's gonna happen. You just know it's gonna happen at some point.
Well, let's fucking do it, baby. Just don't back out a day before.
Won't happen.
Freddie, what I want to
Better
know,
not.
man, is what do you want next? Who do you want next, bro, and where?
Well, for Greg Brown's wedding in Mexico, actually I have a match set up. It's against a Mexican national champion. His name is Hulk. His real name is Hugo Ramirez. So I'm gonna pull him at 242. I actually lost to him back in 2017 at a wall qualifier where Devin Larrett was at one time. So I kind of want my revenge right there. I did beat him left hand, but he beat me right hand that one day. So I've never beat him right-handed. So it's gonna be a test for me. He's still super strong. He trains every week. He's one of those psychopaths. that train like crazy. So I'm hoping I get the win on that one. And then after that, I don't know, my schedule's open. I might have to make some spicy call outs after that.
Hell yeah, man. Because we got a lot of big events coming up, man, that you get involved with. I know Manolo's got a lot of big plans, and he's looking for some super matches. And he also said in the chat he was looking to get Ryan Grandin a match at his next event in Puerto Rico. So if you think you're the next opponent for Ryan Grandin, hit up Manolo. Maybe he can make it happen.
Yeah. Who do y'all want to see me pull? Put it in the chat. Let's see.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Anybody want a piece of Freddie? Let me know. Now I want to change gears, man. We got another huge event coming up, and this is Knuckles Up 2, thrown from the High Five Arm Wrestling crew. It's going down in New Jersey, and it's January 6th, and I will be there. I was going back and forth, but yeah, I worked out my schedule and everything. I'm definitely gonna show up there, and I hope everybody is gonna make the trip as well. And Ryan, you got a big match that day, brother. So I want to hear about that. If you can, what is your opponent's name, man? I don't want to butcher it up, bro. I'm going to let you lead the way on that.
Bakseong Yol. I think that's how you say it. That's close, if not. But yeah, he's that 105 kilo Korean champ. I think he's number 2 on the overalls at the moment. He's been number 1 on the overalls. He's back and forth with a super heavyweight dude, kind of much like I am with Lachlan. And he's, from what I've been told about people who know him, he's really kind of the same story as I am in his own country. He's kind of been at it for the longest out of anyone in South Korea. He's a side pressure dude. Like I don't know if you saw him pull Gashevsky just the other day, but he had an absolute screaming war with Gashevsky. He just sat there, lost his wrist, but just would not die. So I think that there's a good chance we get dug down into war, because I'm not a particularly offensive puller. I'd say I'm more defensive than anything, but I think that this match could be a really solid one. One of the guys in my local club, there's a Korean guy who was actually coached by him, and he said to me, this is the dream match that he's been waiting for his whole life. He wants to see us pull. So, and in his opinion, he said it's genuinely 50-50. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
How much is Bak weigh?
So his walk around is like about 92, 93 kilos, but he goes up to 100 and he can go down to 85. So that's where he's the current Asian 95 kilo champ. That's what his last weight pulling was. But he tells me he's going to be 100 kilos on the day. So.
And where are you at?
I'm 105 right now. And I said, I just gave him assurances I won't be above 105. I said, I'm not cutting down to 100. And he said, yeah, that's cool. I'm done with cutting.
We got another super chat from Flash Pin Productions, $1.99. And he says, we'll host Tom versus Freddie right hand out here in Austin. So that would be at AWU. So get in touch with DJ Kotlo, and maybe you guys.
Yeah, he was scared to come to Austin last time.
Give me a phone call. Give me a phone call.
All right, well, you
scared my ass, Tom. You have no place to talk. You're the scariest of them all.
I'm just saying, you cancel the week out on that one too.
No, I didn't. I told you that if my tournament went well in El Paso and I felt healthy, that I would go to your house and I would beat you. But I told you let's postpone it a little bit.
We'll get back to that, guys. We already did that. We'll get back to that match and all. We got to stay on Knuckles Up right now, man. I want to really find out about this. So, Ryan, what is training looking like these days for this match? Like, what do you expect style-wise from him, and how are you preparing?
I'm really happy. Style-wise, I think I'm super prepared because of Lachlan Adair being a regular training partner for me. I think that Lachlan is a far stronger, far more resilient version of Bakseong Yol, similar-ish in the way that they have an ability to pull. So everything I do against Lachlan, I think will work really well in this scenario. So I'm not too panicked about having to come up with a new training method or anything like that to prepare. My focus in the last sort of 3 months has just been heavy back pressure, static back pressure with pronation and rise incorporated as well. And like my last match just on the weekend, I ended up hooking incredibly. I felt amazing in a hook and forcing a hook, and yet I hadn't been training anything hook specific. So I'm prepared to go into a hook with this guy if I have to. I certainly won't go into a low hook. He is shorter than me, so if it is in a hook, it'll be in a high hook position / top roll if his hand goes. But I'm aware that if his hand and wrist does go, that he has immense side pressure, and it may be difficult to get get the shoulder behind. So I'd probably prefer to be in a high hook position. So that's where I'm thinking about mentally, and that's how I'm sort of preparing. But he's a shorter guy than me with a lot of side pressure. So much like Lachlan.
Yeah, how are you going to deal with the whole big trip and all? And is this your first time to the New York, New Jersey area?
Not that no, I've been to New York a bunch of times. I've gotten used to traveling now. Like when I went to India, that was probably my roughest one. I did 10 hours on a flight, 5 hours layover, another 8 hours on a flight. Then I did 6 hours in a cab, and then I pulled half an hour after I got there.
How many
And
entries over there in
then you
India,
went all
bro?
the
That
way-
shit look.
And then
Dude,
you went all the way
India-
to round 7 on that one
Yeah.
too, didn't you?
Dude, in India, that was 6 hours south of Delhi, right? 6 hours south of a major city. And there were 600 people in the room. And I asked at the end of it to the promoter, I said, how far and wide did these guys come from to be here? And he said, oh, no, these are just the locals. This is the local club. I'm like, you are kidding me. 600 people in this local club in a rural town 6 hours south of a city. Like, wow, okay.
What's
They
the
have a lot of
primary
audience
language over
exposure.
there?
Oh, man, there's like 42 different languages in India or something
Yeah.
crazy like that. So,
Hey,
but,
Ryan, I was gonna ask you, so you want like a double belt, right? Like I saw you had like 2 belts
Yeah.
now. Like, so what about
so
that
when,
match?
when
How's this
Todd
weekend?
Hutchins came out to Australia and beat Matthew Orangi at the Morris, he took the Intercontinental belt, but then he signed exclusively with East West West, and he wasn't able to defend it. He would have defended it against Lachlan Adair, but he just gave it back and said, "All right, yeah, sorry guys, I can't come back and compete because I've signed this deal." So that went up for grabs between myself and Mazahir then. Which I won. And then Gunter's Bykovs, who I pulled on the weekend, he's our heavyweight. So the heavyweight belt in AWE is pretty much an oceanic thing. It's just kept in a little oceanic loop, where the Intercontinental belt is for international guys that are coming in and out. So Mate Rangi's already messaged me and he's like, how do I get my hands on that damn heavyweight belt? I'm like, we can pull anytime you want, dude. So there's a decent chance I may pull Mate Rangi for the heavyweight belt at some point in the next sort of 6 months. If Lachlan Adair wants it as well, he can come and get it. No doubt he'd be the favorite. And the Intercontinental one, that's a match that I will probably pull someone in February. I can't confirm who it is yet, but it's someone that's another step up. So yeah.
Nice. We got a couple of super chats in. We got type nice for $1. Thank you for that. And we got Nathan McCullen for $4.99. Thank you, Nathan. Just seen you this past weekend in AZ. And so Ryan, what's the big plans as far as with promotions and arm wrestling? I see you're like all over the world taking matches and all. So what's like the main goal behind it? It seems like you're going to all the different high population areas of arm wrestlers, kind of like India. You're going Seoul, Korea now. Is there like a strategic plan behind all this?
It's not particularly strategic, other than the fact that I just want to continue to improve, and so I just want to keep on getting matches that are going to drag me up in terms of my ability and reputation. It's always been the fastest way for me to grow, is to just get matches. So I want to get a match a month is the goal. I'd like to do that, a right hand super match per month for 2024. I've got 4 booked already, and that's the plan. It's like I'm not so much caught up. A lot of people think I'm worried about being not invited to East vs West or King of the Table. Look, there are hundreds of arm wrestlers out there that are at the caliber that I can go and get experience with and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not so much worried about where I'm pulling. There's plenty of invitations. I've got Ron Barth in March as well with Arm Gods, like things like that. There's heaps going on, and AWE gives me opportunities. Knuckles Up's giving me opportunities. I've got independent opportunities as well. So I just want to keep on pulling people that are, force me to grow.
Got to ask you, Ryan. So, you're going to be in the same room as RVJ at that Knuckles Up too, man. So, I know there was all that back and forth for some time, and I know you guys were trying to get that super match. What's it going to be like seeing him in person? And do we get to see you guys on the after pool table?
Look, I've always thought that RVJ and I will end up having a super match at some point. I'm down for pulling him anytime.
That's the one we all want to see, but RVJ's scared.
RVJ has been offered this match a bunch of times by promoters that like Arm Gods and whatnot, and he's wanted me to drop down to 95 kilos. And I've just said, look, dude, I'm not going down to 95 kilos. This is who I am. You want to pull me? That's cool. I'm down for it. But So I think that as time goes on, he will
But
be more comfortable.
But he's pulling 300 pounds, Brandon Allen.
Brandon
Yeah,
Allen.
that's
No,
what I was
no,
about to
it-
ask you, brother. So
it-
what do
it-
you guys
I
think?
guess, yeah.
For me, I have to be 95 kilos. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's a match that
That's a compliment. That's a
no
compliment.
one likes losing to me. No one likes losing to me because
No,
like
that's why Chance is
that's
dominating
fucking
too.
I bring all the reputation of the internet delusional series and all sort of stuff. So if you get put on the losers list for me,
Yeah, thank you
I
for
don't know,
reminding.
it
I'm out
makes-
of here.
it's I don't know. It's not something that people want to sign up for. So he
Like that
obviously
Bogdan match.
yeah
Bogdan Stoico
Bogdan,
match.
yeah.
Israel,
So I
let me
get
ask
it.
you
I
this,
get it.
Israel. What do you think, man? Who do you think is going to win that day between RVJ and Brandon Allen?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with RVJ. Just based off of experience, he's been pulling for so long. Brandon's a strong guy, and I just saw him on the side table. I think with Freddie and a few other people at the event. He's looking strong. He's looking big, but I'm gonna go with RVJ on this one.
Freddie, you were on the table with him. What do you think?
Yeah, he feels really solid right hand. But I just think that RVJ, if he's actually back, he should win. But RVJ is kind of like on and off, and we don't really know how good he is because when's the last time we saw him pull? Was it Zurab? Right?
Yeah.
And well, Zurab, he's really great arm wrestler. I don't take anything away from Zurab or RVJ, but I just don't think that he's where he used to be. So I'm actually intrigued in that one, but I just from experience, I gotta go with RVJ because I have felt some gaps in Brandon Allen's game.
We got a super chat from Flashpin Production for $1.99, and he says, "Would love to see Ryan in the North America 220 round robin coming up." And that's with Lorraine Jenkins. I actually think that's going down March 23rd as well. I think you'll be at Arm Gods that day, but
I will be.
that would have been some to have you in that 220, man. But I don't
But
know.
I
if
think
they put
Ryan's
him in
heavier.
North America.
You're heavier than 220, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 230 at the moment. 230.
Damn,
Yeah,
bro,
but
you
garbage. You're like 200 pounds, Ryan. You can be
It's,
the
it's the
I know I
MK,
could.
baby.
I've always
Ryan,
had a
what were
problem
you at
losing
that
fat.
day?
I can't lose fat without losing power. I don't know.
Ryan,
Oh,
what were you
yeah,
at
sound
that
like
day
every fat dude.
at East vs West 4 when we were in the
Sound like
Oh
Brandon
yeah,
Allen.
when you and I are in the sauna, I got down to 88.7.
So what is that pound
Wow.
wise? What was that?
Wow.
I don't know. Someone else convert it for me. 88.7. What is it? Adam?
It's-
88.7. It's 195.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, you're
87
fluctuating.
kilos will be like what 187. Yeah, then 190. Because I just stepped in.
It was
I just
rough.
stepped in.
I looked like a cancer patient that day.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
were-
Because I
yeah,
just
you
stepped
were
in a
real
scale at
close.
192. That's made it 88 because I was talking to
Guys,
Georgian.
right here in the chat, if you look, the Christy Ball versus and then Richard Vidal, those guys are from Mexicali, and they're already setting up some big matches. Brandon Allen wants to go down there and beat their top guy. Brandon Allen, he's not
Which is
satisfied.
who?
He's not satisfied with just clearing them out from America. He wants to go down there and dominate. I don't know if you saw his advertising campaign, but he was like the Border Patrol. He was going to send them all back.
He was saying he was going to wear his
Oh,
ice.
yeah.
I don't know if he should go into Mexico, bro. He might not come out of there, man.
Yeah. But there's an event happening in Mexicali, and that's gonna be my next event. I'm gonna be working with one of the guys out there, Magoo Productions. He did the Larry Wheels one. Remember when Larry Wheels went to Mexico? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
What's the
But-
dates we're talking here, Greg?
A tentative target is just June at this point. We're setting up some super matches, but like we're trying to figure things out. And like right now, if you don't mind, I would like to speak on somebody's behalf.
Do you think?
Nate McCallan is calling out Mega Mike.
That's a good match.
That is
Right-handed?
a really good match,
It's a
bro.
good match.
Those two are
And-
built the same way, man. I like that one.
Right
And
or
Mega
left?
Right.
right
Yes.
hand. Yeah.
Is Mega Mike better right or left?
Right hand.
Right.
Right hand.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Mega
okay.
Mike, if Mega Mike's in the room, sometimes he's in here. If Mega Mike's in here, man, Nate wants that smoke, or if Anybody knows Mega Mike, send him the message. Let's make this happen. And we got a big super chat here from Ricardo Vidal for 129 something. Says Greg Brown Pesos, Greg Brown TV and Magoo Productions event in Mexicali. You gotta
destroy the front. Yeah, someone. Destroying
the border and uniting force.
Yeah. So break the border and unite.
Thank you, Ricardo. Appreciate that, brother. Really do. So, guys, I would love to see that, man. Let's see if we can make that happen. Mega Mike and Nate, that's a good one. Artem, I want to just get your take on the whole RVJ versus Brandon Allen at Knuckles Up. What do you think?
Yeah, so took a deep dive on Brandon's Instagram yesterday and saw the post of him preparing, and he said something like, this match is going to come down to endurance. And as soon as I read that, I'm like, dude, this guy's losing this shit so bad. So like, no, you can't. No, you're pulling a real arm master. How is it gonna come to endurance? Are you playing it to stopping him? And RVJ going to be there for 3 hours? That's not how arm wrestling works. So I believe, I don't know. I believe like Brandon is not preparing correctly. And I don't know if he thinks coming in 300 pounds makes a difference, right? I feel like he's one of those dudes, like, if you're not big and if you're not like geared, like you're weak, like, huh? Like, so it's a little weird. So with that being said, yeah, just kind of looking at his thing, like, I don't think his preparation is correct or has been. And so it's not selling me, right? Because, we're kind of looking at the thing, like RVJ is the guy. Brandon has to sell us like, yo, RVJ is old news. I'm about to come whoop his ass. I was not sold, so I'm thinking it's easy day for RBJ. Whatever it is, 3-0, 4-0. Yeah, I don't think it's yeah, like I believe we'll see Brandon like in all types of like bad positions right off the rip.
We got a super chat from Nate McCallan,
Yeah.
$9.99. He says, "Let's go, hell yeah, bro! I hope you get this match with Mega Mike. That'd be a good one." And Artem, what you're saying, brother, I kind of agree. And you know what this kind of reminds me of? And Brandon, if you're watching, man, I really strongly encourage you to go watch the match between Chuck Ryder and RVJ. Chuck Ryder called out RVJ. I think it was like a year and a half ago. And it was kind of the same situation. Chuck's a very big boy. RBJ wasn't really training at that time. And Chuck said, "Hey, I'll come right to your spot, bro. You name where to come." Well, Chuck's a man of his word. He showed up there, and RBJ, got on the table with him.
And RBJ was in a worse shape, too. RBJ wasn't even like before Zurap or anything. It was like middle of nowhere RBJ. And
off the couch.
And Chuck, unlike Brandon, like Chuck is actually like sneaky arm wrestler. He has some good wins on him. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Yeah, you said it right. Brandon needs to go look at it. I messaged Brandon that like I don't think endurance is the thing. I think it's strong. However, you need to get strong. You go crazy. You know what I mean? Losing weight, gaining weight, fucking adding stem cells. I don't know, but endurance, like it's a weird one.
Artem, let me ask you, could he be meaning like, his move is to go to that King's move? Is he planning on maybe going into the King's move and stopping RVJ there? And that's what he's meaning by the endurance? Could that be it?
Maybe, but like when you are wrestling in less than 10 years and King's move is your move, you're fucking amateur. It's not the move. Like you just weak. You can't.
I feel like there's an interesting dynamic though, because Brandon Allen's bicep tendon is world level to lifting giant effing weight. No other arm wrestler lifts that type of weight, so his foundation, maybe, or I don't know what the fuck, but his hand's fucking huge. How big's RVJ's hand?
RVJ's hand is huge.
RVJ's hand.
I appreciate
bigger,
interrupting me. I'll let it slide. Only okay. So yeah. So that's what I think.
I was just trying to get involved in the conversation. My bad, dog. My bad.
My man, you need Adderall,
Go
man.
sit in the corner, Greg. You're not allowed to talk for 5 minutes. I get it, brother.
Paul, hit the mute button.
I think
hit the Travis mute
man.
button, bro.
Yeah,
I think the King's move's a bad idea.
Not to throw shade or anything, but after our match with Tom, I went to look at Tom's YouTube and look at his training too, and I'm like, man, the wrong training doesn't will push you nowhere. So the proper goals and proper training and all that, well, you can get better. Push you in a better situation in a super match. You kind of like maybe underdog at type thing.
So like, what is the right training then?
No,
Like,
wait, you're not allowed to fucking ask questions, dog. What are you doing?
Oh,
He's not done
You
nothing.
gotta
I
subscribe to
can't.
Artem's
You-
membership.
He asked a question, okay? That is different.
Freddie, you got to get to Artem's membership page, and that'll get all the key exercises right there. You gotta
No.
pay that
If you go on
membership.
if you go on my Patreon,
I subscribed and
Hey.
he never responded to me in the chat. I'm out. Done.
hey, too many people. Paul, what we were talking about Brandon Allen, and there was good. We were discussing him pretty good.
King's move with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like if you're under 10 years, and look, because I've seen like first 2 months, like King's move, like this is what I do, beat me. I'm not gonna beat you because by the time you're gonna get to the real tournament and do this shit, you're gonna get pinned. That's not how real tournaments work. So
I
that's
think he's
kind of
pulling more in an open top roll. I don't think he's as disconnected, as stretched out as he used to pull in the King's move. So I think he'll be a little bit more tight. I think if he can get to the straps against RVJ, potentially he has enough strength to get a really good position. He could shock people.
he'll have. I see what you're saying. He'll just have enough to fucking get stuck there for a second. I think. Like that's it.
Well, I mean,
Against
felt,
RVJ's hand is so big, and wrist flexion is such an asset of his
RVJ's
that-
biceps so big, it carries side pressure, a lot of side pressure. So
And I mean,
speaking on the bicep,
unless Brandon is busting open the hand of RVJ, then he's not going to get anywhere. And I don't see RVJ's hand being busted open.
And is RBJ quick on the hit? Is he is a fast?
yeah, he's not a catcher. He'll go.
Yeah, because I think that
he's not
if
a
he
fast
hits,
dude, but like he hits. You know what I mean? Like he goes when the go's set.
so do you think that Brandon would be able to stop that hit, or is that hit going to go right to the pin?
I think he's gonna stop it. I think
Get a
he'll
little
stop it. But RVJ, if he's smart, he'll climb. That's all you have to do is
He'll
climb.
stop it.
So-
You don't watch
Yeah.
RVJ pulling with Michael Todd. The training
Right.
that he did with Michael Todd, he knows how to deal with a King's move. It's fun.
Yeah. And I felt Brandon Allen's King's move. It's good, but I was able to walk and I was able to pin him. Granted, that was a few months ago, but still, I just think that a King's move works when the other guy doesn't know how to react to it. That's mainly the thing. So
And
if
that's
RVJ
where, maybe he's right. Endurance maybe will work out in that stuff, right? That's the goal.
maybe Brandon Allen, he'll walk too. He'll walk. So it's just whoever gets the height first is gonna determine who can get a better position and win. I'm excited for it. Should be good. I just want to see RVJ pull again.
Hell yeah! And I want to see Bowen and RVJ in the same room, and I'm glad because I'm going now, so I'm gonna be there egging this shit on and after pull and everything.
Call him out, Ryan. Call him out. Make it a thing again. Make him
Man,
uncomfortable.
we know. Like it's got to happen fresh on fresh. Like we can grip up and we can feel that tension and see if it's a match or not. But we all know it needs to happen formally at some point.
Oh, clip has just been made. We're gonna clip that part out. RBJ, you're gonna hear it. Let's make it happen. We got a super chat from Cristobal for 200 pesos. He says Nathan McCullen versus Mega Mike in Mexicali, Baja. Make it happen. Gregorio Moreno, aka Greg Brown. Hell yeah, bro. I'm with that.
You know what? The other one is Christy Ball is gonna probably beat Brandon Allen at a super match at that event too. They're after pulling, and man, dude, Cristobal is fucking strong, bro. That guy is fucking strong.
Definitely interested in that. I want to bring up a couple matches going on at Knuckles Up too that we haven't talked on, and this one's got my interest, and I'm really curious to hear Artem's thought on this, and that's Jason Merlo versus Tom Holland, and I know Artem has experience with both guys, so where do you think this is going, and who's getting the win?
I don't know, but I'm seeing the tickets to Newark are like $176. So shit.
Oh,
man, you need to come through, bro. Hell yeah, man.
I don't know. High Five told me if I come through, for some reason, I'm the only person who used to buy VIP tickets. I'm like, huh? To eat with Ryan Bowen? I can eat with Ryan Bowen for free at the Chick-fil-A. I had to pay $500. That's crazy. So for some reason, Knuckles Knob hates me, even though I supported every event to being part of. So Tom Holland. So that's gonna be interesting. So pulling him and Greg missed me out. Pinch away.
Hey, I'm raising my hand. Is that also not allowed?
Go ahead, Greg. Just say what you want to say, Greg. Don't even worry about
Hey, Paul Cristobal, that was his first time ever super chat. The YouTube is asking you if you want to celebrate that, or we should all
Let's
celebrate.
celebrate it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh man, people coming on the show, Tiffany, man.
There you go.
There it is. Oh, he's not. I'm not the only one with that soundboard. Here we go. What's your secret Twitch name, bro? Come on, give me the choose.
Oh
My
no,
bad,
I never made an account. So Tom Holland and Jason. So dude, so what's interesting about that is the how long both of their fucking arms are. So
Yeah.
this makes it interesting. Like I feel like Jason probably is the favorite in this one stylistically, and like just I couldn't really gauge Tom too
Did you know?
good.
Did you know that Tom Holland is heavier now? You know, he's committed to 95 kilos plus.
Yeah, when me and him pulled when I was there, we both were like between 190 and 200. We were like at this like 2 pounds apart, I feel like. So he's bigger, and so as I was saying, I feel like we're really what we're looking for because Tom is sticky too, and Jason has a beautiful hole on the inside, right? Like once Jason stops on the inside, like it's kind of an issue, but the issue is also stopping Jason, right, to get to the
Yeah,
inside. So
that hit, Jason's
Tom
hit.
Tom has a long arm. He is very sticky at the bottom, and he will curl you in too. So all of the makes it for the interesting match is just: do we get to see that stop by the pad? Does he curl inside, or or Jason will just overwhelm him up top? This could also be a scary thing.
Do you think
where,
Tom's gonna? Do you think Tom's gonna try to hold on out of straps? Because I know that when I trained with him, he was holding on to me, and
He does
it was
that.
difficult to get to the strap with how long his arm was.
Real okay? Well, I mean, I guess depends on how comfortable are you trying to stop a long lever of Jason, right? I don't know if it's easier to do it in a strap, right? To kind of able. I think it will depend how it goes because Jason might want to have a statement and just go there fucking nice and tall and like crowd that side pressure thing and fucking hook through Tom, right? But Tom is sticky, man, and he can go for forever. Like pulling him was very interesting. So I think Jason's still the favorite, but how they built is funny. Like Tom has the tools for sure. Just can he get there in the power ratio? Because as you said, Tom is definitely not. He's on the weight class right now, and he has the power because he's like one of the strongest dudes out there, right? Even among supers. But Jason is your 210 guy, right? Who's really like kind of like too big for 200, right? He's always been that dude. And Thomas, 165 guy, like now getting to that thing. So, it's a tough route, but I'm excited. Yeah, I want to see if it.
Who wins, though, bro? I'm gonna put you on who wins.
I mean, I feel like if I were to bet my money safely, I'll probably bet money. I'll bet your Politala's money on Jason Merlot. But once it stops, and I know it's weird. Like my money is Jason, right? If by the end of the day, if anybody asking me, I'm betting $5 on Jason. But I'm telling you, if Tom stops it, I think Tom gets it.
Ryan, what's your thoughts on it?
My gut feels Tom, but I've never pulled Jason, so I've just seen what Jason's done. And I have met Jason, and I like it was I was pulling Dan Mosier the day after, so this is back like 3 years ago or something, 4 years ago. So we didn't pull, but I just gripping his hand, I was like, oh wow, okay, your hand feels phenomenal. So that's as close as I've come to knowing his level. But Tom,
he's a lot than Tom's for sure.
When I trained with Tom, he felt super problematic for me, and I was like, oh, this long arm and hand is really nasty, and it was very difficult to pin him. I had to just bleed. I couldn't forcibly pin. I knew that if I tried to forcibly pin, it was going to backfire, and I was going to not get there and then be out of position. So I had to just hit for position, then keep my pronation, and then wait and try to bleed him out. And then that is a hard thing to do with Tom as well, because he's got great angles through his bones, and he uses all of his joints incredibly well, and it's very hard to get around him. So I honestly really, really respect Tom's game, and as a low hand top roller myself against Tom, I found it was quite a puzzle. And it was an advanced level arm wrestling that you had to bring if you're going to have a chance to beat him. So based on what I felt there, I feel like Tom Tom's the favorite, but I know Merlot's a killer. So either way, this is probably the match I'm looking forward to seeing most.
I think Tom Holland, he'll figure it out maybe round 3, but he'll get flashed the first 2 rounds. He'll get flashed the first 2 rounds, no doubt, and then he'll figure it out round 3. He might win the next 2, and then it's gonna be like a war, and whoever has the biggest heart will win at the end. But who's the main event for that? Knuckles Up.
Say that again.
Who's the main event for Knuckles Up?
The main event would be, I'm not sure which one is the main event, but we got a bunch of good matches. We got Camille Jablonski going against Cody Merritt. We
he's
got
the
RBJ
presser.
versus Brandon Allen. Adam Warzinski versus Andrei Sharkovich.
Oh, that's a good one. That I'm excited for that one.
We got Ryan Bowen versus
Has
Brock
anybody
Rosenfeld.
seen Andre's highlight video as of
Yeah,
today?
he was talking shit. He was talking shit to Adam, and he posts like every year. He's been beating him since like 2018,
Ooh.
2022.
That's a depressive highlight. If you
Sergio!
He's
Adam
been
was
smacking him. Hey, but you know what?
Isn't Andre a lot heavier?
At Arizona
Sergio!
State, Shark got him, and he was already tired. So Adam was tired already. So I mean, we can't really gauge that too much. But yeah, he's definitely always had the upper hand on Adam.
Well, was Adam double classing that day?
Yeah, he was.
They were in different class.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I was looking at it too. I was like, I'm reading the comments because before I want to talk shit, I'm gonna see what's the vibe in the comments like. But then the comments were like, "You a beast, man! Good job." I'm like, shit, I don't want to comment like, well, technically, y'all were in the same weight class once at IFA, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, I know. I don't know what about PAF and all that, but yeah, IFA is like probably was the only one they were in the same weight class, and yeah, for sure. So
yeah, Adam's never been quite 100% to face a Shark, but I mean, I still think Shark is probably still the favorite. He's the bigger guy, but I'm excited for that one. Yeah.
I
Oh,
gotta
so
catch
Adam-
up on some super chats, guys. Give me a minute. We got $1.99 super chat from Flash Pin Productions. RVJ versus Dmitry Kachin is the match at the 220 round robin. Ooh, that is interesting one. That would be a good one for sure. Okay, we got Eric Harlan, $2. Ryan G versus Eric Harlan at Manolo's event. Ryan Grondin versus Eric Harlan at Manolo's event, 100. All right, Manolo, you got an offer right there. We got Eric Harlan in the house. Ari Seaworth, $2 super chat. Greg Brown TV, baby. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. We got another one from Ari Seaworth, $5. Greg, when is your next match? What's up next, Greg?
The best losing streak in arm wrestling.
Let's go, bro. I'm making a donkey series. When am I gonna win one? I've lost like 13 super matches this year. No, I went and got an MRI. I guess I got a tendon and a degenerative tendopathy, whatever. So yeah, I'm probably take a little break for a while. But Eris, yeah, man, I don't know. Probably my next match is in Mexico with El Toro. The
For
day
your
before
wedding?
my wedding. Yeah, the day before my wedding. My wife loves me.
I'll be pulling that one too. Yeah.
I was like, Eric's like, get me a match. So Eric's gonna fucking maybe get a match too. But
I love how you have your wedding, bro, and you have a match the day before and everything. That is dedication.
You better not
brother.
break
I
your
love it.
arm.
That's what I was gonna
Who
say.
said
Yeah,
that? Why would you say that?
I know.
Sorry. Knock on wood.
Hey,
knock on wood.
That's how I missed
No.
my first tournament. I was supposed to go to the tournament back in Russia, and my mom was like, "Fool, we got our visas in a month. Who's gonna carry the luggage? What if you break your shit? Come on, mom. I've been training." No. So yeah.
Bro, this is the craziest story. My family has 2 houses in Nayarit, Mexico, right? And that's where that's where my lady's from. So it's like right outside Puerto Vallarta. You know what I'm saying? Kim Kardashian, the hidden island. What you know about that, dog? Anyways, we go there. It's this tiny little fucking town. Dude, they got a giant ass arm wrestling team, bro. There's like 60 of these motherfuckers in that little town. I'm like, let's go. I was like, why are we living in America, bro? We got 2 houses out here by the beach. Cause like, I'm gonna go join these guys. Dude, the El
No
Toro
taxes.
guy. Yeah, no taxes, bro. El Toro, the guy from Nationals, Mexico Nationals. That guy looks insane, dog. He's like
He's in the 80 kilo category, and he just smashing everybody, bro.
So you're telling me this losing streak might stay alive, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I'm not going against his ass. Well, no, I'm saying,
okay. Oh.
I'm saying if he comes to like a East versus West qualifier or something, dude, that kid's got like, he's a heavy hitter.
Speaking of
He's a
that,
heavy
Greg,
hitter.
what do you got coming up? You something about a East versus West qualifier with John Brzezinski you would tell me about? Let us all on about that, man.
That's right, Mr. John Brzezinski himself, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be hosting an East versus West qualifier here in Phoenix on March 2nd. Dustin Allen and myself are going to rally behind the GOAT and help him do an East versus West qualifier. Bro, I've seen
And
the medals.
What happens if I enter an East West qualifier and win it? Do I get a ticket?
Oh,
Hell yeah, bro! Hell yeah!
Uh-oh.
Go!
Tom, right?
I remember
I think
meeting.
Engen has security at all the qualifiers. And
I'd like to know.
man.
I'd like to know what happens. I'll just come in and qualify them through the back door like that. That'd be
What
funny.
weight
Hey,
class
well,
would you- what
Artem's
weight
still
class?
waiting for his match. What's up with
like,
Artem?
probably-
Where's
It's
your
me
match,
and
bro?
Giannis. It's me and Giannis, dog.
What? Are you
No,
serious?
me and Giannis are people who won our qualifiers right-handed and still don't have a match.
Why?
Hey.
Well, what did you do to Ingen?
The reason I don't have a match is because I want to be Adam Brzezinski about it. Like, I want a couple months in advance. I want to have clear schedule and shit. So, but every time Engen has reached out to Pool, it's be like, sure thing. Like, hey, do you want to pull Artur Makarov at like in August? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, hey, do you want to pull? Like, I have offer for this January one, but like, I'm not pulling anybody in January. I have so many matches. So like, I want to be a diva, and I think Engen don't think I'm a diva level. So you're like, no, you get 2 weeks response. I'm like, fuck. So I tried to talk to Engen like, yo, if we want to make it happen, let's make it happen for April. But even now, like after Paul, like we had the conversation, like that might be in July now, and I'm like, yo,
Wow.
what's Core Sports doing?
Hey, well, I hope you get a good matchup for East versus West. I'm excited to see you on that stage, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's the problem is the weight, like who and how, and I can do left hand, whatever. So, like, there's many variables. I would love to pull Zurab left-handed, and that's kind of we getting to agree that like it's an actual because I offered it a long time ago, and like no, fuck that. But now it's like, oh yeah, hey, we might do that. So
I like that.
So,
he's in Canada right now, isn't he? Zurab?
Yeah, he's in Toronto. Yeah, so.
So
yeah, that's like I don't know. That's the one I wanted, and then like there was a bunch of ideas, right? So because the weight and the proper date, and now I think like that April card could be like title matches. So it's like, yo, you're not a title guy, so you have to wait. So it's really just in the diva and me not wanting to get my ass whooped. However. You get people message like, dude, we don't give a fuck. We just want your trading card. I'm like, no. I don't want to come there and get whooped and like never be invited again. Like,
what about you versus Samusha?
That's another thing. Like because he does pulls left-handed too, and right-handed will be interesting because I see what Engen is saying, right? I see why Engen wants to pull Samusha because it's the top roll thing, right? And I saw it with Brendan too. I saw it with Brendan Olcester pulling Samusha because like you'll see like as soon as he do like a second of a top roll, David was like getting in troubles. But Brendan could not mentally commit to that, like because you can see me and Paul were talking to him. First round, like, all right, do your thing. Second round, me and Paul looked at Brandon, looked at Engen. Yo, Brandon, you got a top roll, young man. Hookers have to go. So he hears us. Yeah, guys, yeah, top roll. Goes there, half commits to top roll, so he ends up hooking, getting whooped. He comes back to us. Yeah, now it's definitely going to be a top roll. 2-0 now, young man. Like so yeah, and then he goes to the same thing. So I don't know. Samusha is a beast, but I see why. Probably me and him can be a good match. I don't know if I'm in the power level, but because of the top roll. But I don't know, man. Samusha is crazy. Isn't it like Paul Lynn beat him in like one of the first ones?
Yeah.
Wasn't that
Paul,
match? And looking at that match, yeah, because Samusha pulled Tuye. Dude, we were thinking Tuye gonna beat Samusha, but then like a month later, I went and looked at Paul Lynn's match. And Samusha, and dude, Paul beat him by like a sheer of luck. Like that was
Yeah.
close too. Like that was just the whole
very close.
technical thing. Dude, Samusha is a bad dude. I don't know, man. So yeah, seeing him beat Craig and all, I'm like, oh yeah.
Hey, well,
He's
back to Ryan Bowen, bro. I would love to see you do a vlog hunting down an East versus West qualifier and
Yeah.
qualifying. That shit, I would watch
If
that.
I,
You know what I'd love to see
What-
even
If I
better?
do it, I'll
I'd
What
love to
class
see
would
even
you
better,
pull?
bro. Ryan Bowen versus Engen Terzi match. Settle it all.
That would be good.
Bro, it needs to
Hey.
Yeah,
happen.
I don't know if that was. I'll pull Engen anytime, but I highly like that. That's like a 1 in a million likelihood
What's
that he
your-
would ever do it.
What's your
Why,
weight
why do
right
you
now,
say
Ryan?
that, Ryan? Why what is the
I
obstacle
just
that
don't
would
think
be
his.
stubborn?
I don't think his personality is the one that will see the entertainment value in that. Like he's such strict business with his personality that he doesn't care for the fact that the arm wrestling fans of the world would be salivating over that just for the personal conflicts that are there. So I'm happy to put the personal conflicts aside and pull the man if he ever wants to, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I don't think it's a winning situation for him, man, because I think it's a risky match, bro. And if he takes that loss,
Oh yeah,
small.
like yeah.
Small for Ryan.
Hey Ryan, what weight would you pull? There's what's your weight right now? Hypothetically,
I'm
you
105.
come to AZ
I'm
again.
105 kilos. I'm
105.
105 kilos. Like if Engen said to me be under 100 and I'll do it, I'd say okay. But if he said to me be at 95, I'd say Engen no. Like it's a waste of time.
I meant to like you were gonna hunt down a qualifier.
Oh,
You
for
go minus
what
100.
what are the categories what are the options for me?
165 to 187, 188 to 209, 210 to 230, 232, 231 plus.
230. 230.
210 to 230. That's what I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Let me ask you this,
Thick.
Ryan. Is there anybody in North America that you'd be interested in a match under like a North America promotion? You know, maybe like Greg Brown or something.
I've got Ron Barth in March. That sort of is the level that I'm super interested in seeing where I line up with at the moment. So
And that's March
23rd
23rd at Arm Gods, correct?
It is in Ireland, and looking forward. That's a very special match to me. So, I mean, Ron's a legend. He's the first genuine legend of the sport that I've got to pull formally. So I'm excited about that. But as for other matches, I mean, yeah, I mean, I want to climb that 105 kilo sort of ladder. That's the goal, and I know that people plus or minus 10 kilos from there they're in the top tier are all matches that I'd take. I'd love to pull any.
Give me some names though in North America. What's some like big names that would
Dimitri Kachan could be a really good match. 230.
Yeah, I'd love to pull Dimitri. That would be awesome. Who else is 230? Jeez.
Ryan beats Dimitri right-handed right now, though.
Okay.
Andre Shark, I think I wouldn't mind pulling as well that way.
Ooh, that could be a good one. Shark, if you're listening, bro, that could be a good one.
Would you still be down to pull
Chance
Shaw?
Man, I would pull Chance Shaw as long as it's friggin' not me having to sort his life out to get him. I lost $5,000 getting that dude down to Australia with him pulled out with an injury just a couple of weeks before.
Ryan, what if we did this, man?
What
if we
right off? So
what if he returned the
he's got to
favor?
be paying me to pull him.
Yeah, and brought you over to FAL. He just took over the Florida Arm Wrestling League. You know, they got a big stage over there. That could be a good super match.
Chance has a game that I think I have the keys to. I've after beating him the first time, I'm sure that the ratio of strength and our allocations of our weapons are still pretty similar to each other. And his wrist rise just faded out in the match against me, and that was the main reason why I was able to win. And I think that would still be the case. And I respect him as someone who's improved. Clearly, so have I. I think it'd be similar.
Hey, did any of you guys get a chance to grip up with Maya on Saturday night?
No, unfortunately.
No, I was scared of that dude. Fuck that.
So Jose Maya, you're talking about, and that is the #1 arm wrestler in Mexico. For everybody that don't know, this dude, he's a beast, man. He's definitely on my radar now. Definitely interested to see any other matches he's got coming up, but definitely look into his matches. Dude is a killer, man. Silent killer too, bro. He keeps to himself. Very humble guy, but gets it done on the.
Is that the guy that's really left-handed?
Say that again.
Yeah, he was pulling left. Yeah.
Is that the guy who's really good left-handed?
He got
Yeah,
fourth in Saudi Arabia Worlds.
Yeah, he went to Worlds.
Well, he came to Orlando a couple times too.
Yes, he did.
For PAF finals.
Yeah. Yep. That was years ago though, like around
Hey,
2007.
I know my Mexicans. I'm
There
the
you
king.
go. Artem knows.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just want a whole demographic, baby.
Yeah, him and Alan Guerra
Yeah,
used to
wait,
go
wait
at it
till
all
you
the
do
time.
tacos, man. You'll love me.
This is how it's
Yeah.
gonna go. This is how it's gonna go. I'm flying Maya out. I'm gonna spend another $600 on his flight. Put him up in a hotel again. He's gonna come to March 2nd. I doubt he'll lose a match all day left-handed. Guy's fucking nuclear. And then we'll go from there. And then he's gonna be on everyone's radar.
When is that happening? When is it happening? When is this happening?
Oh, what are you trying to say? I need to buy more taco meat? March
Shit.
2nd?
Oh,
March
March
2nd?
2nd? Oh no, man. That's when Chance was to pull something local out here. Chance is doing a big thing local on March 2nd. He's navigating it. So yeah.
All right. What about middle of June?
Oh shit, middle of June. I like it. I like middle of June.
All right, there you go. I'm doing another event in June, and that's when all the boys are flying in. We got Brandon Allen. We got that's when the Mega Mike one's supposed to happen. Eric Wolf is gonna call out Alex Toproll. Yeah, for $500. He's like, I will smoke Alex if he ever comes back to America.
Oh.
Alex lives right here in Florida, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
I see him. I see his Instagram, and he's all over. Okay, well, Eric wants to call out Alex Toproll. We talked about it on the phone for about 45 minutes. That's the guy he wants in the top 20 in the Hook ranking, and he's $500 win or lose.
So we just made it official. It's official call out. So Alex Toproll, if you are listening, Eric Wolf is calling you out for $500 right hand in the Hook rankings match, and this is going to be going down in Greg Brown Productions. When is this? In June? You're saying?
June in Mexicali, where Larry Wheels went a few months ago or whenever the fuck it was. And then so then that means Artem Taranenko versus the #1 guy in Mexico, and you get a bunch of Mexican followers.
Dude, I would love to pull Maya because I remember him and Dan used to have wars in the finals here like years ago. He's a strong dude.
Yeah, I got some good videos.
But I want to ask you. I want to also bring up this topic, man. This just got brought to my attention this week, and that was that the Arnold's dropped arm wrestling from the event, bro.
As they should.
Wow.
As they should, Paulie.
What happened?
Why,
What happened?
Arnold?
Does anybody have any inside info of why Arnold's is dropping us? And
The idea is that they're going towards the extreme sports rather than like fitness stuff. So they changed the format towards extreme. But
I would have thought that arm wrestling would get into that.
dude, I was thinking that they finally realized how poor of a job they were doing at Arnold Classic as far as arm wrestling goes. They thought, fuck you guys. We don't need you there taking that fucking stage for the whole hour. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was a significant event, but we're really not losing much because if you
Was it Leonard and Denise who would do that?
Leonard and Denise, yeah, and I mean, me and Travis talk about a lot how the product is not there, but then if you're being part of Arnold too, like like it's cool to be part of Arnold like the first time, and if you're that guy that goes to Arnold's expos, fitness people and all that, but man, the event is terrible. I mean, it's ran fast, but you kind of almost disrespect it. Like, you guys have an hour. If you can't figure it out, y'all pull it tomorrow. Can you do left hand? No, we can't do left hand. We ain't got fucking time. Huh? Like, I don't know. It's a weird experience to be there. So I don't know, like, I feel like it was a nice name to go and do the thing, right? For sure. But it's and the talent will like every other year. Arnold is always insane for sure. Because as I said, like, it's used to be a great, like, I mean, it still is like people do consider like, could be like part of Arm Wars, right? Like, it's like, oh shit, like you want Arnold's? Okay.
RVJ is in the chat and he said that Arnold is gay. That the Arnold is gay.
But let me ask
hey,
you,
RVJ, there's not enough fucking steroids I can take to beat you. Steroids aren't everything. Hey, I'm going to fucking inject testosterone and then I'm going to beat Barry Bonds' record, bro. You don't know shit about PEDs, so don't talk about it because you admit lifetime natty. I've taken everything, dog. Look at me, 10-year amateur veteran. Checking in, motherfucker.
Let me ask you guys,
was quite
what's up
brilliant.
with the Arnolds that was wrong with arm wrestling? Is it the way that we were presented, or is it with the Arnolds, the people there aren't letting us get the proper time and all that?
I've never been to an Arnold, so
I've
I
never
can't
been
really
either, so that's why I'm trying to figure out like what the
Well,
problem is.
okay. Well, seems like what? Am I the only person who has been?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
I've,
so.
done,
so.
I've done the
I'm the
Australian
only one who
Arnold's.
have to talk trash. Come on now. All right.
Oh, the one where Devin was at, right, Ryan? Yeah, that one
What's
was
that, bro?
cool. The one where Devin was at, and he
Yeah.
he made Arnold touch his
Yeah,
finger.
yeah,
and
we got
stuff.
Arnold to pull his
Okay.
finger. Yeah,
Right.
that was a cool moment.
Yeah.
Yes, the way
At Arnold's
American
Classic, when we've done it, we've run the 90% of the tournament in our own booth, and then we've jumped onto the main stage just for the final. So we're literally 15 minutes on the main stage, and that's enough. If you put the whole tournament on there, you're going to bore people who don't know what the sport's about. But when you do it in your own little side booth, the tournament there, it's actually awesome. All the people walking around and that they crowd right in,
it's a
going,
whole
"What the hell is
different
this?"
it's a whole different product
Yeah.
now. Now they should do done it in the booth. That's why like Dennis and Leonard did eventually added little super matches at the booth, right? Like, but after the tournament, right? After it's all done, like that's what me and Alex pulled left-handed at the time and shit. So like they do use the booth, but like more after the fact. As far as the tournaments goes, I personally always felt like it was more rushed than it is like, oh, we here like running an efficient tournament. Like, oh no, we ain't got much time, so you guys have to fucking hurry up and arm wrestle. Like, so you just feeling like, man, like arm wrestler like don't need it there type thing, right? So it's like that's what I personally felt.
So
But
let me ask you this, Artem.
because of the time, right? That's why it's only one arm. You only get 2 hours that Saturday, and then like an hour on a Sunday type thing. And they do, and it's okay. Like if you want to like present this, but I remember out of all the people, Derek Smith was the first person to kind of make a post on Facebook, kind of calling them out, like, "Hey, we can add the left hand to like I don't know, like to the hallway, to the weigh-ins, to the thing." And then Dennis and Leonard answers were like very kind of lame. To like, we're not doing that. Like,
Artem, listen to me on this, man. How about this, bro? Because
crazy.
instead of doing a tournament, I think a tournament's not the proper setup at the Arnold's, man. We just want eyes on it. We're not doing it for the arm wrestlers. We're doing it to get the non-arm wrestlers to start paying attention to us. So I think that's where you go throw an event like Greg Brown just did as a super match event. Something you could do in 2 hours, something that's going to bring a lot of energy, a lot of noise. You're going to have a lot of people screaming. Tournament's boring, bro, for anybody that's not an arm wrestler. There's
No,
no
yeah,
action.
and you know what? Like my sisters, they went to this Greg Brown event and they told me that they had never had so much fun at any of my arm wrestling events ever. Because they've tried to gone to like some of my tournaments, like it's so boring. Like
Yeah,
it's so boring.
tournaments
But
are
they went to this one and they were like, this was the most fun I've ever had at like any sports event. So
Let me
feel
a good example is I like this setup that Travis and Greg Brown do. It's more of rather than an event for the arm wrestlers. Yes, it's for the arm wrestlers as well, but it's also putting a show on for non-arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
And the key to that is, you're at like a bar or something that we were at. We keep it short. You keep it interesting. A lot of energy. Two different. You got super matches going. I think that is what we want at like an expo. Where people are going to be like, "Oh shit, what's going on there? What's all the screaming going on? There's a big match. You got two big monsters going at it."
In the Oceanic region, the tournament has done that perfectly, but it was at the booth, not on the stage. That's the key. And
they just
we
too far away.
Yeah, we had matches flowing through all the categories, and that's it. We consider that Arnold's Classic. It'll be back in 2024 for the first time for us for a while. We consider that our Oceanic title. So that's Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia. That's where you get those medals, and it's an important one. Everyone wants to win that one, and the energy is awesome, and the refresh rate of people walking past. You've always they stick around for 10 minutes and they move on, and so you've always got this captive audience of people going, "Shit, this is really interesting." So because the booth is small and compact, that sheep effect where people start to realize, hey, what's going on over here? Why is everyone crowding? It just compounds itself, and you got people climbing over each other to watch the matches.
So we need to find somebody that could get in touch with this Arnold people, man, and let's turn this around. See if we could get us back in there and maybe try a different format or something. I'm not trying to like step on Leonard or Denise's speed or whatever. If it's them that need to do it, then maybe, we change the format. Maybe that'll get us back in there. But Leonard, Denise, if you are listening, I am very connected in the fitness world. And one of the ladies I used to work with, she's in charge of the Olympia and all the displays and everything. So if I made that phone call, I'm sure that I could get some
What's a
things
booth worth
changed
in
around.
at Arnold's?
That's what I'm saying. You can technically just rent the booth, right, and then have event there, and then. But yeah, it is
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know how. I don't know how you can gain access to the stage. You have to like probably talk to somebody and get that. But everybody can rent a booth. Everybody
Yeah.
can do that for sure. For sure. It just it's cool. It is a little costly though. Like I remember. Like it's a couple of grand just to rent the one in Orlando out here on the corner. So like those like inside ones, like yeah, like we kind of lucked out. Like whoever, I feel like Bill Collins has a contract with Europas that he like gave out to people that we don't want to do. Like we like I think Chance we do it nowadays out here ourselves in Europa, right? In Orlando at the Europa Expo. Like before, it used to be. Yeah, I think it's Leonard and Denise will come and do them, and I think whoever happened to the contract, Bill Collins got it, and now he doesn't want to come, so it's like we just
Worked
host
with
it.
James Reed and all them, and they think they
Yeah,
helped
like
out.
this. Well, that one was Olympia. That was Olympia event
Okay.
with James Tom. But like the Orlando event at Europa Expo. Oh man, did they do this year? Now I'm almost confused. I think they did
I
it
think they
earlier.
did, bro. I was supposed to be at that. It was supposed to be the week later, and then they changed it. And I think we were in West Virginia, me and you.
You guys, you
Ah,
guys want to know something? I went to a thing, and Red Bull, they don't ever show their can. They entertain you. Some guy jumping out of an airplane, some fucking truck.
well, Greg, welcome to marketing. The best thing of marketing, but all the best companies never advertise the product. That's the whole thing of marketing. Starbucks has never advertised that the coffee is any good or they even make coffee. Starbucks advertise lounge, being around white people drinking coffee inside the fucking thing, getting your latte type shit. That's what advertised for, like environment where you can sit there with a laptop and the shit. So it's all about neatness, right? I'll send it. I'll send you
Why
the
does
marketing.
it? Okay, so why does anyone the same thing? It's all entertainment, but why does anyone go to Vegas? When you go to Vegas, you want a spectacle. You want to fucking, you go to some weird show that you probably would never go to, but you're just there. You're just there to see some shit. You know what I mean? But like people in the arm wrestling world, they have a hard time accepting that unless you're a fucking arm wrestler, it's dull, right? Joe Dirt, you got sparklers and fucking the smoker things, bro. We need fucking action up in this bitch. Emotional investment, right?
Storylines, yeah.
I was expecting for you to pull off an entire George speech, but like fuck.
Well, I was, I don't want to get into it because you might just shut me down again. You scare me, Artem. You scare me, baby.
I tell you,
like
Well,
I'm
looking-
trying. There's no give and take.
Once
This
you
is
see
a
the people
highway,
and once you
highway and a bike
realize,
lane.
I got you. Well, once you realize that
what about then there's like the
English today, we'll be
there's like
best
the
friends.
arm god style where it's like fully immersed, crazy energy and all that sort of stuff. That at an expo would be interesting. It'd get people looking as well. I don't know. That's the side of the sport that I think that the fans like, but the arm wrestlers kind of are hesitant to get involved in a little bit. They think, oh, do I have to put on a show? But you can still be real. You be yourself and just the natural passion of the match. If it's a good situation, will come out. So
I agree with that, Ryan. I definitely like that, and I like the Arm God setup. We got a super chat from Eric Harlan for $2. When is that Manolo event? I believe it is January 27th. Yes, January 27th in Puerto Rico. I think it is on the west side of the island. Manolo, if you're in here, I sent you the link if you want to come join us as well. We got another super chat from Steve West Arm Wrestling for $1.99. 100% Paul, fast and entertaining. Greg Brown TV, baby. Hell yeah, thank you for that, Steve. And then I think that's it. So guys, we've been on for quite a while tonight, man. I want to thank everybody for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on. Do you guys have anything else you would like to shout out? Any social media platforms, anything coming up that we didn't talk about?
Can we invite RVJ on for 5 minutes?
Say that again, Ryan. Would you like?
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
invite RVJ on for
Oh,
5
sure,
minutes
bro.
before we
Oh,
go?
he wants RVJ on. He's in the
Please send
chat.
him the link right now,
He's
bro.
talking so much in the chat. I feel like we need to say goodnight.
RVJ, I'm gonna do a docu-series. $3,000 a month in growth, and then the last 2 months trend, and then I come to your house and we arm wrestle. I better win.
Greg, is this how much spending on girls? Just hit me up.
All right, guys. Hey, well, I gotta get going too. Before I leave, I want to say if you guys haven't seen mine and Tom's matchup, it's on my channel, Freddie Sanchez Arm Wrestling. I did the edited version. If not, hit up Greg Brown TV's YouTube. He has the whole live event where Paul Italia's match with Ryan Grandin's on there too. It's so entertaining and it's so badass. So you guys can see what we're talking about. Go check that out. Sub to me and to Greg and to Tom and to Ryan and to Israel, Artem, Paul, everybody, if you haven't yet.
So
Oh,
man.
yeah. And
Appreciate
by the
you
way,
guys.
guys, I want you all to recognize and bow down to the new king of the 98. I have the crown on its way, guys. So there will be some changes
Let's
coming.
go.
A lot of the guys that held a position in the 98 are going to be fired. I'll
Are
be
you gonna
letting
get a
out that list
tattoo?
soon.
Are you gonna get a tattoo right here, Paul?
The official coronation is to be
You need
announced.
a tattoo.
I'm still waiting for
Tattoo.
all the
Paul,
passwords, all the bank accounts, and all that. But all that has to be transferred over.
Artem's got your crown.
Man,
He's
look, I
sticking
love
over
it.
there.
Artem got his own crown
Yep.
over there, bro.
I'll just put 98 sticker and send it over to you.
Fuck yeah, dude.
With
Hell yeah, man.
with the engraving that says Paul Italia.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, Paul.
That's it,
Hell
bro.
yeah,
So
Paul.
every time
Don't
I'm
let
on
him forget it,
podcast, you
baby.
guys will be
Where's the
reminded I'll
mold?
have my
Where's
crown
the
on.
fucking mold, bro? Where's the mold?
No, instead
And
we
the arm.
decided instead of the mold, we're gonna do the 98 crown. I told him I want the crown instead, and because he was supposed to give me his Crocs as well, but I'm like, instead of taking the smelly Crocs in the mold,
Bro,
I'll take a crown.
motherfucker has like advanced, like, next gen level fucking Crocs, bro. He has some G.I. Joe Crocs.
For real, bro. For real.
Where'd you get that shit, bro? From Mission Impossible. Jesus Christ.
They're like some
All right, guys, I
fake.
gotta hop off.
Oh,
Later,
Manolo.
Freddie.
See you
Peace out,
later, Freddie.
unicorn.
Yo,
Look at that
RVJ,
hat, dog.
Tom,
Look
you a
at that
bitch.
hat.
RVJ, I just sent you the text. That's for to jump on here if you want to come on here for a couple minutes. Ryan requested to see if you wanted to come on, so that's what that is for. I'm just waiting to see him answer. And we have Manolo Sanchez that just came in the room. He's just started the Puerto Rican Arm Wrestling League. What's up, Manolo? How you doing, brother?
Well, I just got out of bed and Freddie left.
We're trading in the Sanchez's, man. One Sanchez goes out, the next Sanchez comes in.
Yeah, but I'm doing good. I'm recovering from this past weekend. Not that much recovering from the match, but from the trip. So yeah.
Hell yeah, Cam. Thank you, Cam Burrow. Appreciate you. Sorry, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm you guys just talk for a minute. I'm trying to send RVJ the password right now to come on
Malono,
here.
you and Javier were really good on the mic, bro. I rewatched the stream over and over, bro. We had the magic sauce that night, dog. We just everything.
I told you we had to do some Spanish thing.
No, estaban pero increíble, güey.
It was a great experience. I loved it, and I hope to do it again soon. So
Malono,
Hey,
Tom,
you know
and Freddie
what?
and I
As
we all
a-
sheltered Airbnb together. Woo!
Hey,
No,
it's
can you-
Fun
Paulie.
time. That was a
Mickey
fun
Sauce.
time.
Hey, it's Paulie doing that.
Super
You know
fun
what,
weekend.
guys? I remember like when I did the live stream in Mississippi State, and for some reason at the time, people said like it was the best live stream ever. It's like fucking long time ago, but there was nothing to the live stream, just web cameras. However, people liked it because there were just two people talking the whole time, talking mad shit. Like it was hilarious. Like I think it was Daniel Worley and Justin Bishops, but
I
they were like
remember that one, bro.
it was super. For some reason, like it was nothing. I did it on my laptop, is web cameras, and like the quality is, it's Wi-Fi. I didn't have nothing. People loved that stream simply because the commentary was like you can just listen to the shit like for the whole hour or whatever, for the whole thing.
And-
so that's
and-
what I can see.
and that hooks
If you
up
guys-
the
if you guys
audience.
talking- Yeah, so if you guys talking, people might not know about the arm wrestling, but Leo, this Mexican Puerto Rican dude are fucking crazy. Let's listen to this shit.
Hell yeah.
yes,
Guys,
we are.
we just got RVJ just popped into the room, my man. We got RVJ and Ryan Bowen in the same room right now. What's up,
Oh
fellas?
my god.
Oh my God! I just realized. Oh God.
Let's
It
Yeah, I was
almost
gonna
feels
go.
real. I
say
can almost
This is
touch
it.
him in the dark there.
that's
What's going on, Rob?
that's old news. Being Ryan Bowen, I think that was like pre-COVID times.
Yeah, but you know what? It's getting real interesting again, brother, because we're all going to be in the same room January 6th in New Jersey, Fort Lee. And that's why I'm getting all excited, bro, because I know I'm going to be there now. I'm going to get to see you two finally meet up. And I'm hoping we get some after pull action in between you two. What do we think, RBJ? Is that going to happen that night?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, if everyone's so horny for it, I mean, someone's got to put it on a card.
Well, are you down to make this happen now? Like let's talk details here because I think that's where we were always getting hung up on. I think
No,
Ryan was
it's
saying
not
earlier you
hung up.
wanted.
Listen. Let's give everyone a quick history lesson. The me and Ryan Bowen, how this started,
You-
is so fucking dead. It's so squashed. This is like two teenagers talking about fighting and who the baddest teenager is, and now we're like 30-year-old men. This started when Ryan Bowen thought he was going to be the guy to dethrone me at 195 pounds, and he was talking that shit at 195 pounds. Now, Buddy Boy's like 245. When he exited that 200-pound weight class by like 3 weight categories, there is no more. Him and I could have a conversation about a match, but it doesn't make those things he said 4 years ago valid. Because I'm going to tell you right now, after seeing his history of those 4 years, I'd have trashed that kid so bad.
What would happen
Bro,
today
you're
though?
probably
Ryan
right.
Bowen,
The
please
bigger
look back at your
2.0
history
Ryan
and
Bowen.
tell me you don't believe I would have trashed you.
No, I think you are right. I just like to jump in the deep end, and that was the jump in the deep end that I was chasing at the time. I think we're a good match now, like genuinely. I think you think that too now, but yeah, look, you would have trashed me. You would have. I would have tried to get into a King's move, and it wouldn't have worked, and you would have laughed your way to victory. I
There you
think.
go. So
But I would've had
that nonsense is gone. If we want to start the next chapter of me versus the new, improved, and fucking super studly and humongous powerlifting trained. By the way, I see your bicep work that you told me wasn't worth shit. How'd that work out? All of a sudden you're stopping people on your bicep. You should be fucking thanking me, bro. I changed your game.
RBJ, I
It'll
got
be
to ask
interesting.
you this,
I
man.
think it's
RBJ,
Bob.
what's up with Brandon Allen and you, and how are you going to handle with that Kings move that day?
I don't know. I think I manage King's moves pretty well. I think I have an understanding of what to do, but that's like anything. It all depends on how strong he's going to be and where the match stops. And you know, he could be super fucking strong and he could be super resilient. I know things on paper. I think sometimes I'm a better coach from the sidelines than I am at applying it. You know what I mean? That just comes down to me being mindful in the moment. I think if I'm mindful, I can beat a King's move, and I know the how tos. So if it goes to a King's move, I like my chances, but we'll see. He looks like he's training, you know, hard for all the right things to fortify the areas that he feels vulnerable in.
I made a comparison earlier of the match that you're having with Brandon Allen, and I kind of threw in there when you went against Chuck Ryder, and Chuck Ryder called you out. And you know the reason why I say that is Chuck is another big monster dude. You know, I don't know if he's close to 300, but no, he's definitely huge, a lot bigger than you. And you were on the couch, you weren't training at that moment, and I was just real surprised because I was still new in the sport. So when I seen Chuck calling you out, I was like, oh wow, I think Chuck might have some. And the way that he was so confident. And then he showed up to your place, and you guys had that match, and you very dominantly took that win. So that's the only thing that I'm judging this match off with Brandon. I just see like a big problem with that because you know, I'm not sure. Like Ryan was saying earlier that Chuck might, or Artem was saying that Chuck might have a little more arm wrestling technique and all that. So do you see this as like a good comparison of a match, or do you think Brandon's going to be a tougher opponent for you?
I think in a lot of ways, Brandon's tougher. I think he's got more overall body strength. But I also think that if I can show up and do what I should do, what I can do, you know, in years past, I lived in a lot of retreat. I'm too worried about what the other guy might do and how I'm going to tiptoe around it and not execute the way that I should. And it makes me a very like standoffish person, letting somebody dictate what they should do. When if I'm confident in my capabilities, I can be a little more aggressive and a little more attack focused and I have good overall body health, I mean, I always think that I can win any match I step to. And I think I could put him in some positions he's not comfortable with where he is.
Are you taking
I,
this?
I haven't
sorry.
been following the progress of everyone's story as much as I used to. Where are you at in terms of your commitment to the sport or your interest in the sport? Because I know I heard you'd faded back out, but then now you're back. Is where we at?
Yeah. I faded out for a little bit, and I kind of got to the point where I was like, well, if something could pop up that excites me, I didn't like the idea of the only thing that would make somebody like me, like newer guys have some events around and stuff. But for me, if I go to a local event, it's almost like I'm not even competing because not knocking on the competition, but the view of how the arm wrestling world views me, they're like, well, why aren't you at East vs. West or why aren't you at King of the Table? Like there's only 2 events you can go to when you get a certain level and people deem you as inactive. You go through it. You have your own matches on other places of the world, and people say, well, why don't you make nice with Engen and get back over there and stuff? It's like arm wrestling can exist worldwide, and I don't have to go over there. And I'm not a fan of going across the country for a 10-minute flight because it's a big commitment with me and the kids. I said, if something could happen that made a little more sense, a little more local. So I started dialing in these matches. I put a video out there saying, who wants it? Brandon Allen was very eagerly raising his hand. But then after that, of course, everybody was in the comments saying, would you come to this event, come to this event? So I lined up like maybe 6 events over the course from now till summer. So because of that, it's like, as long as I have like a heading, I'm pretty focused, but it hasn't been for like a straight year. It's literally been like the past 2 months. But I mean, I didn't start into this venture weak. I'm not like some fucking Sally. I mean, the couch version.
This is one of those sports where it's a cool sport. It's pretty unique that you don't actually lose your conditioning, and as long as you've maintained some sort of muscular strength, you're good. So I don't have any doubt that your level is back almost instantly to where it was and can progress. But I was just super curious as to your interest in a sport. If it's like, do you still want to be better? Have you got things to do? Is there points to prove still for you, or is it just
yeah? I mean, if I'm going to get in, I want to get in. But the hardest part is going to be I'm my own worst enemy. Looking back at where I feel like I was at my best, I'm constantly comparing that, and it's easy to get a little deflated. And then with that deflate, when you rise up and try to overcome it, you can lead to like overdoing it. I'm trying to push a little bit too much too soon. And I'm 43 years old now, so sometimes you gotta know when to pump the brakes so you don't crash and burn. But yeah, my motivation is, I'm kind of moving in silence. I still do the YouTube thing to a degree. I still get into petty fights. I still get my ego kicked. I'm a human being. I'm a man. I have an ego and shit like that. But I mean, focus wise, I'd say I'm more focused at this point in time, especially now that my daughter's training and working out. She kind of helps me keep on the straight and narrow. So yeah,
how about this? How about this, RVJ? How about this? I know that we're both going to be at Knuckles Up. I know that we're both going to be at Arm Gods. Let's say if we both get victories at those 2 things, then it's you and me next, guaranteed. Lock it in at whichever promotion makes the most sense.
Yeah, if we get a promotion that makes sense, I got no problem with that.
And what would make sense? Is it a money thing?
Or lots of money.
No.
Lots of money.
Well, all right, I'm out.
Simple.
There's definitely gonna be a money thing, because let's be honest. I used the parallel a long time ago. If we were on a ship and we all crashed upon the fucking shore and had no food and we were starving, and somebody found saltines and we were all sucking saltines, I would think that was a blessing if I got some saltines. But motherfucker, if I come around the corner and see a handful of people eating prime rib while I'm eating saltines, I start feeling slighted because I'm a top of the heap athlete and I feel like I've put in a lot of work and built a resume. So, I mean, yeah, at some point in time, I'd like to get paid, especially where the heavyweight class I feel is flushed out. And this is a match that had true drama over a lot of years that a lot of people want to see, especially now that Ryan's showing good momentum and he's big and he's starting to back a lot of what he's saying. So, I mean, would I like to get paid? Yeah. And of course, location and tiptoeing around my busy life, because arm wrestling doesn't pay me enough to shut off all the other avenues of what I'm doing. But I sure as fucking take off for a weekend, most weekends, and jive. But for me to get on a plane and go for a week to Dubai, that's a little tougher.
So where would you like to see this happen? Like North America somewhere? Or maybe Arm Guys?
I mean, North America would be ideal. But I mean, if you could make it at a hot vacation spot, Paul Italia, go get us a Verbo at Aruba, and I'm fucking there.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha.
What about La Paz, Mexico?
Motherfucker, you gave me all the sweet honey potion and you dropped me without even taking me on a first date. Last time
Hell
you
yeah,
talked,
because
you talked
I
to me,
fucking
you
can't
wasted
afford.
so
I
much
can't
of my
afford
happy
you.
hour
You're
time.
too sexy.
Bro,
You're too sexy.
Bro, I
That's
had
like
all this
I
fucking
can't
happy hour
blow.
time I was wasting on you, and you asked me if you could get me out there, and I was like, yes, 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 sign, seal,
You know,
deliver. And then all of
you
a
know
sudden
the,
you start
you know the,
throwing the money everywhere else.
because with that $3,000, I made the entire event happen. Actually, it was only $2,300 total.
I saw you on a live chat saying you'll give somebody 500 extra just so you could get them a fucking massage and pimp them and get them the best Mexican.
Yeah, Tom got a fucking hand job from some old lady, not a 10-star stripper.
Hey, listen.
Hey, that's
listen,
a good
buddy.
event. That's a good
Listen.
event all of a sudden. I didn't even get to get paid
Hey,
if you get over there.
You invite me. You want to take me on a date?
RVJ, I told you straight up you're too sexy. I can't afford you. I can't afford you.
No. You said, will you come out here? You threw a number. I didn't ask for anything. You said you threw a number, and I said that would jive. That would get me there. And then next thing you know, fucking, you didn't even give me a call back. You didn't even give me a fucking text. Next thing I know, you're announcing all these matches, and my name wasn't even in the list.
Amateur. Greg didn't know that.
10-year amateur veteran, bro. 10-year.
Hey,
no.
all you do next time, Greg, you pay Rob whatever he's asking, and because
No,
Rob is
all
there,
you gotta do next
everybody
time is
else
at
will
least-
come for free.
At least give me a call back. At least give me a call back.
It took
We
me
got
like
we got
month,
a couple of
but I
super
called you
chats I
back.
got to catch up on, guys. We got Metal 365, $5. He says, "What's up? Knuckles Up is coming soon. Looking forward to seeing you all. Cheers, brother. Hell yeah, Metal. We'll see you over there, man. It's gonna be a great event, January 6th. Marcus Thompson for 100 pounds, I believe that is. Right, boys. After Armed Gods 3 in March, contracts will be ready for Armed Gods 4. Let's get it on big Leprechaun Gold. Armed Gods were just different. Ahoo. Love it, Marcus. Hell yeah, bro. Really loving it, man. And Marcus, let us know when Armed Gods 4 is planning. I know you got Armed Gods 3. I believe that's March 23rd. So when you find out about Armed Gods 4, let us know the dates. Definitely interested in that, man, for sure. So
man, I'm so excited about that Ireland trip. That's part of it too, is I found myself really missing some of the travels and meeting up with these guys. And Ireland has been on my bucket list for a long time. And the fact that there's an event to be out there, that's really what was my first event that kickstarted this for me, was booking Ireland. And then everything else kind
Ireland
of fell
is
before
gonna
or
be
after
a blast, bro. That is so much fun. I went there a bunch of times. So much fun they have there, and they take care of the Yankees over there really good, man. So it's gonna
I
be
fucking hope so, man. I come from a place that's big Yankeeville like Boston, but it usually only ends up two ways. People either drink and put their arms around each other and toora, lura, lura, or there's a fucking Donnybrook, man. And, I'm in another country and I don't have any family anymore that gives a shit about me. So I don't think anyone's bailing me out. I don't think Ryan Bowen will bail me out. I think he'll just talk shit. He'll make 10 YouTube videos about me while I'm clinked up.
Hey, you know what would be sexy if all you guys just showed up somewhere and fought it out for free. How about that? Like just a tournament with all you guys in it, and then we'll find out who the winner is.
RVJ, the one thing I gotta say, brother, one thing I gotta say, outside looking in at you, bro, and the things that I think that I've seen change recently is you're out there, man. You're hitting up the promoters, you're letting them know that you're ready to get active. And I like that you're taking on so many matches, because what I think might have been happening before, you could correct me if I'm wrong, is I think you were just taking one at a time and you were focusing on that. But I think it's just like having a few, so as soon as that one is done, you got to keep it going to the next one. I'm just experiencing that with Ryan Grondin. Now I got Nanya right after that, and it doesn't give you that time to take off and to get lazy.
Yeah.
And
no,
I
the
like
truth
that.
the truth be told, with the Brandon Allen match, like some people will think it's a weak mindset, and it, like, I'm not really too stressed out about the win-loss category here. It's more like I'm really just getting back in gamer mode, and I of course I want to win, and I'm gonna try to implement the plan. But what it is it's setting a precedent, like, of knocking off that ring rust and keeping going, because there is such a thing as being very active. When you see people that are very active, they're usually like, they're very gamey with like the refs, the setups, their whole plan. They're not like running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They're not like unsure of themselves at a table. Even the people who take their ass whippings, they're very like gamey. They're conditioned and they're always like on it. And those are the motherfuckers I see at the tournament that are usually more dangerous, even if they're not as high a level as another guy who's been sitting on the couch. So I think part of that is my ultimate goal is to be in like a really great shape coming into like spring, summer. But I mean, because I can only move so much so fast. But yeah, I think being active is a big part of where I've gone wrong in the past. Take a year off, you lose focus, and then you jump into a match against number one guy in the world. That's a tall ask.
And what's the weight
Yeah, you
class
gotta
that
build,
you're
you
gonna
gotta build that
concentrate
momentum.
on?
I'd like to be like a really fit, like 210, 215. And then if there's something like what Engen's doing for like 209, or even get as low as like 205, 200 for the right event. But I think once I cross that 210 threshold for the way I'm built, I start to feel thicker and torquier. But with Brandon Allen, it's nice because there's no weight class. So I can just focus on getting back to being conditioned and comfortable at the table and all those things. I don't have to worry about like whittling down too fast.
Yeah, that.
The next two matches are like that actually, because the one after that, I'm going out to pull Ben Brooks in February for what they're promoting as like a natty championship.
Where is that going to be taking place?
That's going to be in Montana at the end of February. But he's like a humongous motherfucker, so like I could show up there as big as I want.
Oh wow! So you're just taking on the monsters right now. You're going after everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do that a lot, but only when like WAL came along. And once I hurt my shoulder, I felt like it knocked me down quite a bit. So like I stayed when there's money, if you can eliminate some of the harder guys, you're better off going in a class that you fit into, right? But before I got hurt, I was doing pretty good in the super heavyweights for a period.
RBJ, speaking of WAL, have you heard anything about them coming back?
Oh man, I've had so many fucking blue balls by those guys for the past 5 years. I've been told to get my shirt ironed, get my arm ready, dust off the cobwebs, and get ready to make the big time. And I sit there and I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to take that job. I'm going to be rich in 3 months. And I start working out, and then the time comes and it goes. And then I get a little bit of thinking that they're not going to call me. And I'm sitting by the phone. And when the phone rings, I'm like, it's them, but it's not. It's a bill collector because I'm not paying my fucking bills. And then I get blue balled by them. So no, everyone's asking me if I heard. To be honest with you, I am low man on the totem pole in that organization. They don't talk to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
I've heard things. But yeah,
I've heard it
I'm
like
not.
third person, fourth person, fifth person. I haven't heard anything from the big cheese themselves.
I've heard second person. Second person.
I also heard like 2-3 months ago that I'd hear some more, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to knock it because if they're watching this shit, next thing you know, I'm gonna be in the
You're
fucking.
cut.
I'll be one of the paid audience.
The paid audience fans. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Hey, so God knows my words have got me cut from organizations before. I mean, if I was guessing right now, I think Engen's got a bone with me too. I could be wrong.
Uh-oh. You might be on the list soon. Uh-oh.
Would you ever go back to East versus West?
I mean, I learned a long time ago to never say never. I don't have a strong interest other than maybe proving things to myself and the world. I really think that if I get in the shape that I know I'll be in, that I could beat Zarab and Sasho. I believe that, especially if I pull right. And that would only be a personal quest. But to get for the travel and for the week, and like I said, it was kind of an icy environment, right? It's like Cold War over there a little bit. Like WAL was fun as shit. WAL was fun. It was exciting. Everyone could bang on their paid audience, but I'll tell you what, that audience came out and partied with us, and I got some stories about those fucking parties. And that's part of it for me is the memory. When I go out there, and it was just kind of a cold environment. It felt like a business trip that I went to, and I arm wrestled for 10 minutes. And to go away for a week, I'm not saying I never would. I'm saying that under the whole circumstance, it doesn't super excite me.
Okay. You like the whole vacay and event kind of like locked into one, so you could bring the whole family and all that. I understand.
Right.
That.
Even if I don't bring the family, it just kind of was like, I don't know, even the athletes, like the Europeans, I mean, except for Devin, they were mingling with Devin and shit, but the Europeans were like it was almost like when there's like two gangs that want to spark off, but it doesn't quite spark off.
Yeah.
And they kind of like moved around the whole time. It was very, I mean, the hotel, like the turkey, like I don't want to bang. I don't want to bang on too much, but it's just not my flavor.
That's exactly what one of my goals was for the weekend. Is I just wanted people to have fun. I want that shit to be laid back. Tom, you have a good time?
Yeah, it was a blast. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'll pull any of those Mexicans or whoever you set me up with. I'll be there.
Who's the best Mexican right now?
Jose Maya, dude is a
Oh,
beast, bro.
he used to kick it with. I think he used to come to some of the WALs back in the day. I think he
I saw
used
him,
to come
I
with
saw him
Alan
doing the
Guerra.
Devon lift. He's doing the
Yep.
Devon lift with like 65 kilos, real clean or something like that.
Is he does he kick it with Alan Guerra?
Him and Allen used to go back and forth.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
wow.
that.
And
Alan had a
Artem, the
good-
one that you were talking about earlier, that was Fabian. Fabian Vasquez is the one that went to Orlando twice.
Maya went there too, so do your research.
We got
Alan Guerra had a wicked run one year at WAL with some wins I never would have guessed he would have got. He got some wins over some certified, like what I would call legends of the sport. Like
He had a grinder with Ryan. Didn't you have a grinder with Ryan? Or Ryan?
Yeah, but that was when
was
that fucking kid, when he hit the 2016 series, he got wins on Jason Vale, Brian Brandon, Eric Wolf in a hook, which I think there's only a couple guys in the class that could hook with Eric. And there was a handful of guys. It was like almost 100-man class. And he was in top 6, I think.
we got
Yeah, man.
Let me catch up on a couple of super chats. We got one from David Tomez for $11.11. Great show tonight, Paul. Thank you very much, bro. We got another one from Eric Harlan for $5. Tell Greg Brown about me versus Captain Pretentious. Greg wants entertainment with arm wrestling. What's up? 100. So, yeah, Greg, Eric Harlan, he's been making a stir recently, dropping some racial slurs and everything, got his name out there in the wrong way, but, he apologized
Kim K,
to
baby.
everybody.
Kim K.
And he wants that with Captain Pretentious. I think you know him, Chris Warren. He's got the mask on and everything. That could be an interesting match for sure. So, Greg, if you're interested, hit up Eric for that. And guys, I'm gonna call it a night. We've been on for quite a while tonight. I want to thank everybody for popping on. RBJ, I thank you for popping on. Appreciate it. And Manolo, before we call it a night, I just want you to get out there. What you got coming up with the Puerto Rican Arm Wrestling League? I know you got something big coming up in January. If you can just enlighten everybody.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. It's nice to be in the same screen or show with Ryan, Artem, and RBJ. So thank you for that. I was speaking with Artem earlier today. But anyway, we're gonna be launching the Puerto Rico Arm Wrestling League January 27. It's gonna be a big event. We're gonna have 14 super matches from Puerto Rico versus North America, because we're bringing it's Brandon Morris, John Hutchinson, Mark Manchi, John Trent, and John Thurian from Canada. They're gonna be in Maya West January 27, like 2 weeks after he pulls Artem in Canada. Plus, we're gonna have a tournament, amateurs. We're gonna have pro division, left and right. We're gonna have a good fun time, and it's just the kickoff of the league. We're gonna have 6 events during the year. We're gonna start in Maya West. We're gonna end in Maya West, and we're gonna try to travel the around the island, putting up events. And I hope to have you guys over. I know.
Now that's what I'm fucking talking about. A cool place with a fucking cool venue. And I know you guys get down with that partying and your fucking mojitos and your rice and beans and your fucking good food and your late night parties and shit.
Arroz con gandules, pasteles, y the best piña coladas you're gonna have in the world. So come on down to
fucking
Puerto
right,
Rico.
man. See? Now that's a place I'll take information on going to. Plus, you guys don't even hate Americans there. And that sketches me out when I go to a place where I know the whole country hates me.
We are Americans, but I love
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
I love you.
Yeah.
We gotta hang out. We gotta hang out. We would get along really well, you and I, RBJ. I agree with a lot of the stuff you say. But come on down to Puerto Rico. We can have you. We have a great venue. We have a great thing down here right now in the arm wrestling scene. I got a lot of contacts. The sport is growing back up, and we are receiving the support of the entire arm wrestling community internationally, Latin America, United States, everybody. So it would be great if you can just come on down. We'll figure something out. Just hang out. Maybe Ryan can come to the tournament, and you can come to the tournament, and we get things going. Artem, Altilel just wanted to have a match with you, but you couldn't come. So
Well, hey, well, we'll see. I mean, I can still slide by the 27. The ticket is like $70. Like, I'll just
yeah,
I'll
exactly.
just go there whenever.
I love
And
Artem.
you get
Anytime he hears an
maybe
event, he's looking up the plane flight like instantly. He already
Dude,
knows
I
how much
already
it
know
is and
round
all.
round trip, $70. I'm in there. I don't need to be home Monday. Be good.
Hell yeah,
yeah,
bro.
man.
There.
Well, I'm really excited to see what Puerto Rican Arm Wrestling League got going on. And like I said, Manolo, as soon as I'm done with my match, March 23rd, I'm down for whatever you got next. I know you said you
Yeah,
got something going on in April.
we moved it from April to May 11th. I think it still works for you.
Yeah.
And maybe, and I'm really trying. You gotta help me with this, to have Ryan over, to have a super match with somebody. And even if you come down, if you want a super match with one of the guys from over here, we'll do it. And it's gonna be a great season for the Puerto Rico Arm Wrestling League and Pulseo TV.
Well, Manolo, he just said it out there. I don't know if you're interested, but Eric Harlan is definitely interested in pulling Ryan Grandin, so that might be something of interest to you.
Yeah,
They have
I
legit
read
beef
it.
between them.
I read it.
So it might be something.
And yeah, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Well, perfect, guys. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. It was a great show. I see everybody in the chat. They're saying it was one of the best shows and all. So thank you guys for being all.
Love you, Greg.
And everybody, let's see the gun show before we call it a night.
That's a nice hat, papi. Eso.
Hell yeah, Arm Wrestling Club. Shouting out to Greg Brown. Appreciate that. Love the hat. All right, guys. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Artem's getting undressed. I'll get undressed. Let's go.
Oh God damn! God damn! Oh my God!
Fun show. Get it, guys.
Don't
Everybody
make me
in the
double
chat,
bicep.
click that thumbs up button as well. I didn't say that. Click that thumbs up. Help me
Yeah,
out.
hit them
Shout
likes.
out to Marcus Thompson, man. You the man, bro. Appreciate everything you're doing, bro.